Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss Cleveland.
Hi, Attorney Reed.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Ready to go.
Good, good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Miss Williams Taylor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Your court date is tomorrow, ma'am, on Zoom.
Good morning, Ms. Cleveland.
Good morning, Mr. Mesa.
At the same time?
Yes, tomorrow morning at the same time. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You can call me later though.
Okay.
Okay, take care. Hi, Attorney Fikens.
Hey, Miss Cleveland, how you doing?
All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving today as your presiding judge. Most of you who are with me on this morning, you're here because you are a part of the specialty court docket. If you are not on a part of the specialty court docket, please make sure that you call the court at 313-965-2280. Mr. Poe, you must remove that hat while in my courtroom. And so we please make sure that you call the courtroom so that we can get you to the right place. Thank you so much, Ms. Wilson. That number now appears in the chat. So please call the number to make sure you can get to the right place. With that, I am ready to start calling the docket. Good morning, Ms. Drew. Good morning, Ms. Wilson. And just so that the attorneys know, we have Mr. Johnson. I didn't sign it. We have Mr. Johnson in the courtroom, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens. One of you may need to go in and talk with him. And so we'll make sure that we make that happen on this morning. With that, I am going to have the attorneys, please place your appearance on the record, and then we'll go to the case managers. Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion. Let my appearance speak for all my clients this morning. Thank you, and good morning again, Judge.
All right, good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens?
Thank you, Judge, and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney, and I too would make a similar motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens. Good morning to you, and your motion is granted. Let's go to the case managers. Ms. Cleveland.
Good morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for specialty court.
Thank you, and good morning, Ms. Cleveland. And then I see Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Specialty Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
Thank you, and good morning to you, Mr. Griffin. And then Mr. Yancey.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Specialty Court, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey. With that, I am going to start off by asking, are there any preliminary matters requiring the court's consideration?
Yes, Judge, if I may, I believe we have a new take, Ms. Ware, presented by Mr. Yancey. If that person is in the courtroom, I'd like to go into a breakout room with Ms. Ware.
All right, very good. And I do see Ms. Ware in the courtroom. Good morning to you, Ms. Ware. I am going to, all right. I think we need to turn the volume. Well, maybe not. No, it's okay. Let me just check. All right. And so Ms. Wilson, if you could place Attorney Reed and Angela Ware in a breakout room at this time, that would be great. Any other preliminary matters from the attorneys?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, let's go to the case managers. Any preliminary matters? Case managers.
Go ahead, Ms. Cleveland.
I just was going to say that I have a promotion this morning, Your Honor.
Yeah, we have promotion. That's the same thing I was going to say.
All right, very good. Didn't we staff for today?
Yes, Your Honor.
We did. Okay, very good. And so I should have my notes somewhere. And guess what? I don't see them. Give me 1 second. That's gonna bother me. All right, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time looking for them. But I do need to know all promotions for this morning, and that's where we will start. Any other preliminary matters from the case managers?
No, Your Honor.
No other? All right, very good. Let's start with promotions. Ms. Cleveland, who do you have for promotion on today?
Thank you, Your Honor, and good morning again, everyone. Mr. Ryan Scott Maslin, I'm recommending him for promotion to phase 3 today. Yay, look at him.
All right, yay, Mr. Maslin. All right, very good. Let's do it. I'm gonna call your case numbers. I have the following for you. Case number SP 116-62312, case number U597-29921, and case number 200-603-1201. Mr. Maslin, state your full name for the record.
My name is Ryan Scott Maslin.
All right, Mr. Maslin, how are things going with you, sir?
Pretty good. It's wonderful to see you guys and your team again. It's been a little while. And before we begin, I would like to say that I really enjoyed being at the graduation. My parents were very happy to meet everyone. And it was a very humbling and powerful experience that I was glad to be part of. So thank you guys for doing that.
Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for keeping an open mind. Thank you for inviting your parents. I had the opportunity to meet them. So thank
Yeah,
you
they
for
loved it.
inviting them.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
loved it. And as a matter of fact, my dad spent about a half hour researching Mr. Daryl Woods on the internet when we got home because he was so interested in his story that he presented to us. And I was too. I thought it was really, really cool.
Yes, and I was so glad that he was transparent and did not mind sharing his story because I know that it helped a lot of people. It inspired me. Doesn't matter what happens to you in life. You can always get up, pick a place, and start over. And he's done
Absolutely.
exactly that. And
Yes.
so, yeah, I was inspired. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Maslin, you are getting promoted on today. Are you ready to do it?
I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to rock.
You ready to rock? All right, Mr. Maslin, let's rock then. Let's rock. All right. And so, Mr. Maslin, are you having any challenges?
The only challenge I've had recently is I had COVID. Actually, both myself and my parents, we all got sick with COVID very recently. So I'm still kind of getting over it a little bit.
All right. You're taking
But
good
we're
care
okay.
of yourself and your parents.
We're all okay. We're okay. My parents got the prescriptions for Paxlovid, the medication that they could take. So they're okay. And I don't know if I've mentioned this to the court in the past, but I was in a terrible car accident in 2007. And I no longer have a spleen. It was removed during the surgery because it was crushed. So I'm immunocompromised. So my doctor recommended that I get the monoclonal antibody infusion at the hospital. So I went to the hospital on about, I think it was day 3 of my COVID and received that infusion. And it made a absolutely dramatic difference. And I was able to begin recovering from it after that. So I was absolutely thankful for my ability to get that, because it is sort of hard to get. As a matter of fact, there's sort of a waiting list because it's in such high demand. So, but I was able to get right in and get it. And I think it may have saved my life.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you were able to get it, Mr. Maslin. I'm so glad that you all are doing better and feeling better. Continue to take very good care of yourself, okay?
Will do.
All right, very good. Miss Cleveland, you presented in staffing as to why you were recommending Mr. Maslin for promotion on today. So if you could just briefly place those things just for the record as to why you're recommending him.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you again. Mr. Maslin joined our program in August of 2021. He's on a 12-month contract. He has been compliant with all your court orders since he has begun this program. He keeps regular contact with me. He also apprises me all the time of any updates, anything that happens to him that might be impactful to his further progress in the program. So I'm very grateful for that. Your Honor, he has paid all of his fees and costs in full. He has completed the ARM program. He's working on his goals, and he has accomplished his goal of regaining his license. So I'm very pleased to report that as well, Your Honor, while he was in the program. He only has to complete his community service, but he and I are working together on that. And he's also working with our coordinator, Ms. Green, regarding his next steps as far as getting that accomplished and completed as well.
All right, and Miss, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just going to say I'm very pleased to recommend him for promotion to phase 3. He's doing an excellent job. I get very good progress notes from his therapist regarding his progress as well.
All right, very good. All right, any objection with respect to promoting Mr. Maslin?
No, Your Honor.
Objections.
All right, wonderful. I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Mr. Maslin on his promotion to phase 3. Congratulations, Mr. Maslin. Yes. Yes, sir. You should be so proud of yourself. You are doing a great job, and doing a great job does not mean that we become relaxed. Stay connected to your treatment, stay connected to your programming. Make sure you keep open communications with your counselor as well as your case manager, so that at all times we are able to assist you when necessary and as needed, okay?
Absolutely. I was just telling my mom the other day, as a matter of fact, that we were talking a little bit about triggers, and she asked me what I would do if I felt like I was going to, or I wanted to use again. And one of the first things I mentioned is that I know I can call my therapist, and I know that I can call Miss Cleveland at any time if I really need the help. So and she was grateful to hear that. So yeah.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Maslin, let's get your next court date, Miss Cleveland.
Your Honor, since he's been promoted to phase 3, he would have a face-to-face, which is a phone-to-phone with me on July 14th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Maslin, this is for the whole courtroom. I'm not going to see you until after the holiday. And you all know I have to give my holiday speech. Listen, the holidays can be hard because everybody's celebrating, everybody's doing a whole lot of stuff, especially in the midst of a pandemic when people think we're out of a pandemic. And so I want to just caution you to make sure you cannot miss your testing. This is for the entire group today. You cannot miss testing. If your color is called, you need to get up early in the morning and go and take care of that, because sometimes people close down early. They have staffing shortages or what have you. So go first thing in the morning, because I will not accept any excuses. You must go and test. No excuses. Also, I expect everyone to be working with your therapist or with your peer recovery coach, depending on what phase and stage you're in, to have an emergency response plan. Mr. Maslin just talked about it. What if you get the urge? What if that family member comes over, that one that you know you used to hook up with and do some stuff with? What if you encounter them? What's your plan? How are you going to respond to that? You need to be talking about that with your treatment provider. What am I going to do in the case of an emergency? Never become so confident that you believe, oh, it doesn't bother me. I can do it. It doesn't impact me. Listen, all it takes is a half a second of the right opportunity, the right folks, the right timing, and people can mess up. We all do it, right? So have a plan. That's so, so important. So that's my holiday speech for the 4th of July, y'all. And I don't want any issues. I really don't. But just know that even if there are some issues, we are here to help you get up and get back on track. Don't forget that. We're here for you. All right, Mr. Maslin, you heard my holiday speech. I'm releasing you. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good week, a good holiday, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Thank you very much. I think I'll stick around and watch for a little while though.
Oh, nice.
All right, do that, Mr. Maslin. All right, very good.
Judge,
All right. Yes.
I'd like to go back in the breakout room with Miss Ware. She did not have audio when we were in the breakout room, so she reconnected. I see that she's in the courtroom now, so if she could be placed in the breakout room, I can go back in. I hope she knows how to get back in, or Miss Wilson can put her back in.
All right, Miss Wilson, thank you, Mr. Reed. Miss Wilson, if you could take care of that, that would be great. All right, let's do it. Who do we have? Let's see, Mr. Griffin, do you have anyone for promotion today?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Joyce Rich.
All right, Miss Rich, good morning to you. Yeah. Good morning, Miss Rich.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Great. How are you?
I am doing very well, ma'am. I'm closer to my weekend. And you know, that just brings music to my ears on Thursday. I start hearing music. I'm like, I'm close to my weekend. Yes, ma'am. All right, Miss Rich, you have been recommended for promotion. Let me place your case number on the record. I have case number 05-23430. State your full name for me, Miss Rich.
Joyce Rich.
All right, Miss Rich, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You doing good? You working your program?
Yes, ma'am. Working it out.
You
Yes.
working it out. All right. I love it. And I found my notes, y'all. All right. I love it. All right. And so, Miss Rich, have I talked with you about graduation yet?
No.
Tell me what you were there. Were you there?
Oh, yes, I was there, but I had to leave because I had to go to work. I couldn't get the day
All
off,
right.
so
So,
I was in there and out. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
all right. Did you learn anything? Did you take anything away from it?
Well, I guess if you keep it, well, you got to keep your eye on the prize because that is
Gotta
something
keep
wonderful.
going.
Yeah, because that's a good acknowledgement to be acknowledged when you complete something.
Yes. Yes. Everybody can start something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes. My mother used to say, I'm not impressed with what you start. I'm impressed that you get finished. I'm
Right.
like, okay. Because anybody can start.
Exactly.
Yeah, impress me and get to the finish line, right?
Right.
There you
That's
go.
my goal, to get to the finish line.
There you go. All right, then we plan to work with you to get there. Listen, Mr. Griffin has recommended you for promotion. There was no objection from the team. I'm going to have Mr. Griffin place on the record why he's recommending you for promotion. Mr. Griffin?
Okay, Your Honor, Ms. Rich has been with us since August 9th of 2021. She's currently in phase 2 of the program. Ms. Rich has been working very hard since she came back to us. She achieved 2 of her goals so far. She got her driver's license back, and she got a new job. She got a promotion with a new job. She's completed alcohol highway safety, the online arms program. She got a couple of more hours of community service to complete. She's been making monthly payments. She got her costs paid down, so she will soon have those paid off. And just overall, she's been a joy to work with. She's always kept a positive attitude. If she had any problems or anything like that, she always reached out. And so I just like to recommend her for promotion to phase 3 today. She's also receiving aftercare services at Lake Ridge, so she knows she has resources if she's ever, feeling vulnerable or anything like that, and she can always reach out to me. So at this time, Your Honor, I think she would be a great candidate to be promoted to phase 3 today.
All right, very good. And Mr. Griffin, does Ms. Rich have a peer recovery coach? Or
Yes.
recovery coach?
Yes.
All right.
It's Miss. I don't know her name right off. Do you know?
Well, I'm on the third one, so I've been
Okay.
shuffled around a bit. So Miss Lewis is her name now.
Okay.
Miss Lewis. Okay.
Miss Lewis.
All right. All right. Very good. Because it's so important that you're going into this final stage because you are a part of our 3-phase program. Is that correct, Mr. Griffin?
Yes,
So
Your
it's
Honor.
so important that in that last phase, that individuals are still connected to services and
Right.
still have someone walking with them on this
Right.
path. Because just when you think you can do it by yourself, you learn the hard way that you
Right.
can't. And we've
Right.
been learning the hard way in this program over the last 90 days. We've taken some blows. And so, Ms. Rich, thank you. I'm glad that you have a recovery coach. Continue to work that, continue to do it, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions for the team this morning, Ms. Rich?
No, ma'am, not at this moment.
All right, I'm excited for you. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Miss Rich. Congratulations. Yes, Miss Rich. So proud of you. Miss Rich is one of those folks, Mr. Reed's not in, but Mr. Fikens, that went into the Secretary of State and got that driver's license, right?
Yes.
Took it and ran. I'm not mad at you. Yes, ma'am. All right, very good. And so, Mr. Griffin, what do you have next for Miss Rich?
Your Honor, Ms. Rich will be coming back July the 14th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. and that will be for a face-to-face. So I will give her a call on that day.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed that date. One more time, July
14th, Your Honor.
14th. All right, very good at 10:35. All right, did you get that, Miss Rich?
Yes, ma'am. I got it.
Yes. All right, Mr. Maslin, I saw your note. Yes, I think about Billy Joe, and we just recently had another loss, but he had successfully completed the program. And so, yes, the struggle out there is real, and that's why we have to continue. I know it seems like a lot of times I'm on you all, and our providers holding feet to the fire, case managers, but your lives are at stake. And nobody wake up in the morning and say, I'm gonna drink, drive, and kill myself today. But that's
Right.
exactly what we had one of our recent graduates do. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. And nobody makes that decision. Nobody wakes up and says, I'm gonna shoot up, I'm gonna snort, I'm gonna smoke, and I'm gonna kill myself today. I'm just gonna die today. Nobody wakes up and says that, but it's
Right.
happening every day in this country. It's happening. And I read the data, they send it to me on the national level. I get that data all the time, but it has become very real here at 36th District Court. People are picking up for their last time. And so we've got to come to the table and figure out, and part of it starts with you all, your honesty, being honest, just being honest about where you are. I know it seems, hypocritical for me to say you're in a no judgment zone when I wear a black robe and you have to call me Judge Holmes. But the reality is, it is a no judgment zone because we're here to help you. We can't help you if we don't know what you're battling, what's going on out there, who you're encountering, what are your triggers, how can we make sure we have you in an environment where you can thrive. That honesty is so important. So I'm gonna tell you all, I get nervous when people come on and say, oh, I'm great, I'm fine, no worries, no cares, no struggles. That's why I appreciate you this morning, Mr. Maslin, being honest about, hey, I was asked the question, what's your emergency plan? Because triggers are all around us. And sometimes you don't even know what your triggers are, right? Until you're triggered.
Right.
And so when you get on here and everything is perfect, the reality is, if everything was perfect in your life, you wouldn't be with me. You wouldn't be here. How about this? This is one even bigger for you. If everything was perfect in my life, I wouldn't be here. I'd be somewhere else being great, sitting on the beach with my perfect self and all my perfect money and my perfect family. I mean, I would just be somewhere being perfect. I wouldn't be getting up every day in this grind. Not at all. So none of us are perfect. None of us have a perfect life, but we're here. This is where we are. And so get the help that you need. And so I struggled yesterday hearing about Mr. Franklin. I struggled because he was one of those people ready to go, ready to get out of the program, ready. And Kenneth Franklin, Miss Cleveland, I noticed that you were not on that email on yesterday. And that's unfortunate that you weren't. And so I'm gonna put that out there, Mr. Morgan. Fixing what's broken, what's going on with us, it starts with our team. It starts with our team because Miss Cleveland is looking confused. She was not on that email that Kenneth Franklin, who had been with us for 2 years, unfortunately drank and drove for the last time and died. He was killed in an accident. And so under the influence of alcohol. And so listen, we gotta work it. And he was one of those ready to go. I'm good. Everything's perfect. Everything's right, Judge. Why are you keeping me so long? I'm ready to go. And now he's gone for real, gone forever. Listen, your honesty with us, and I understand we're streaming live on YouTube. You do not have to tell us on YouTube. That's why you have your provider. You have your treatment provider. Tell them so that they can work with you. You have your case manager. You all are in constant contact. Tell them, if you need to come to me, I can take you in a breakout room. I can step off the bench, whatever I need to do. But to sit here and not be honest about where you are, or sit in your treatment and not be honest about where you are setting yourself up for failure. Setting yourself up for failure. And so I'm on my soapbox this morning. I am, because I want to cry my last tear. And I just, it keeps going. We're on number 6. We have lost 6 people connected to this program in the last 4 months, 120 days. That's 6 people too many. That's 6 people too many. 6 people here on the screen one day, And then the next call we're getting, they're gone. 6 people too many. And so, Mr. Morgan, it starts with the team. It starts with the team. And I'm saying the team, the providers, the case managers, the judge, the coordinator. It starts with us. We got to take a hard look at what we're doing and how we're doing it, because I'm struggling. I'm struggling. All right, Miss Rich, I'm sorry.
That's
I'm fussing a
okay.
little bit,
That's
but
okay.
I had another night last night of struggle. I'm just struggling, pure struggle.
Mhm.
All right, Mr. Griffin.
And just to piggyback on what you said, Your Honor, before COVID, we used to do the morgue tour, and we'd get there in the morning, and it'd be several bodies there, and like you said, none of these people planning on dying yesterday, and all these bodies were fresh bodies within 24 hours, and this is an everyday thing that's going on. So the pandemic out here is real. I mean, it's not, it's not no pretend or anything like that. It's a lot of things that we don't see, but when we were going out to that morgue, that was real, that was reality. So, just words of wisdom that, the struggles and things like here, that's what we're here for. So, if you're feeling vulnerable or whatever, you do need to reach out to your providers or to us until we can guide you in the right direction.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Griffin. Thank you. All right, Miss Rich, I am releasing you today. I want you to do well. You're certainly welcome to stay, but I am releasing you since you are one of our promotees on today.
Okay.
All right, do well.
Thank you.
Enjoy
Okay,
your day.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Yeah. I hope that you all are seeing Mr. Maslin's comments. Thank you for being so encouraging on this morning, Mr. Maslin. Thank you. Thank you. I need to be encouraged this morning. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Let's do it. I have next for promotion. You need to see me. All right. Ms. Smith, you are next on deck for promotion. Mr. Morgan needs to see me for 1 second. Yes. Good morning. Uh-huh.
These are the individuals that were identified to be on the docket. I do not have any grounds stuff.
It's working on my last. She said, 3 minutes yesterday. I'm not doing that bullshit. And you could tell her that. But my next to her is, I'm not doing that bullshit with her. We are losing people every day. I don't have time for no team bullshit. And you tell her I said that. I have no time for team bullshit. You want to call in? You want to do all of this crazy stuff? Do it.
Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin?
Who's looking for Mr. Griffin?
Mr. Paul.
Okay, hold on a sec.
Mr. Fikens, did we get any updates on Mr. Poe?
No, not yet. Let me check.
I was just wondering if you wrote the letter, or what do I do now? What do I do next? I was thinking you want a breakout room with me.
Yeah, let's we'll go into a breakout. We'll go into a breakout room, Mr. Poe.
All right. All right.
Ms. Wilson, if you get a chance, can you place me, Mr. Fikens, and Mr. Poe in the breakout room for a brief second. Thank you.
I am ready on Miss Smith. Miss Smith, you are our next promotee on today. Yes, everybody. We are excited for Miss Smith. Let's do it. I have case number 1906074-001. Miss Smith, state your full name for me.
Sarah Smith.
All right, Miss Smith, good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. Good morning.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey has recommended you for a promotion. He's indicated to us in our staffing that you are in compliance with all of the requirements of the program, that you are also having some great things happen for you on your job, that you got promoted. Is that correct? And they did some wonderful things. I think there was some price matching and some stuff that went on, and just things are working out very, very well for you, right, Ms. Smith?
It is. I've never been at a point in my life where I've had options. I think everything since I was, 17 has been out of desperation. So it's sobriety. That's it.
It is at its best. You purchased a new home. Everything is going well there. Look, things are really, really working out for you. I'm glad that you have stayed the course. I'm glad that you have worked hard. Listen, if there are any issues that you are having, you're still connected to services. Is that correct? Even though you're going to phase 3?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your response.
Oh, yes. Yep.
All right, very good, very good. And so you have your peer recovery coach your recovery coach in place?
I do. I'm still connected to her. I've been a part of the same group for 2.5 years now. So still connected. I still meet with them every Thursday and meet one-on-one too. So, yep.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. That is very, very important. All right, Mr. Yancey, for the record, tell us why you recommended Ms. Smith for promotion.
You said everything I was going to say.
Mr. Yancey.
But I just want to reiterate, Ms. Smith has been with us since October 20th of 2020. And since she started with us, she just started doing everything that we needed her to do and we asked her to do. Went into treatment, completed treatment, continues to stay in treatment with the recovery coach and still doing a one-on-one. She reached some gigantic goals. Buying a house. That's almost as big as it gets. And then not only securing employment, but then got some job offers in some other places, and her current job didn't want to lose her. So like you said, price matching, that's incredible. So she said something really profound. She talked about options. And boy, when you have options, you really have something going on. And, that can be a big goal of this program and your sobriety. Your sobriety will give you options where you can go apply for a job and you're not scared about taking the drug screening and all that kind of stuff. So we're really proud of her. We want her to continue. We think she's deserving of phase 3. And Ms. Smith, I might try to do some things and test that price matching out. I don't know if the court would like me to do that, but I want to try to. But yes, Your Honor, she's really been doing well. Really been doing well.
All right. Wonderful. There were no objections from the team as to Ms. Smith's promotion. And so I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Ms. Smith on her promotion to phase 3. Congratulations, Ms. Smith. Excited for you. Very excited. All right, Mr. Yancey, what's next for Ms. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor. We want her to come back on July 14th at 10:35 for phone to phone with me.
All right, very good, very good. All right, Ms. Smith, you are in great shape because you have been promoted. I am releasing you. You are welcome to stay if you like, but thank you so much. I'm excited for you and congratulations again to you, okay?
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Very good. Mr. Griffin, I have Ms. Bavel slated for promotion today, but I do not see Ms. Bavel. And so I am going to keep going. I am ready now for phase 3. Do I have any more phase 3 individuals that are on this morning? Mr. Yancey.
No, Your Honor, I don't have any more phase 3 people on
All
today.
right. And then Miss Cleveland.
No, Your Honor, I don't have any more phase or any phase 3 actually, except for the new promoted.
All right, very good. I am ready to move to our phase 2 people. I am going to ask phase 2 people, please stay on until I have completed all of phase 2. I am going to start off first with Mr. Hankins. Good morning, Mr. Hankins.
Good morning, Judge. How you doing?
I am well. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks.
Very good. I have the following for you, Mr. Hankins. I have case number Z808-1221. State your full name for me.
Zachary Hankins.
All right, Mr. Hankins, how are things going with you?
Things are going good. Work's good. Home life's good. Everything's pretty good right now. Kind of hard to say everything's going good after that great speech you gave, but everything is really good.
All right. I mean, well, you didn't say it was perfect.
No.
It's perfect. All right. All right. Very good. And so, Mr. Hankins, it seems like I haven't seen you in a while. Did I talk to you about graduation?
No, I was at graduation, but you had a crew of people every time I had a chance to come up and talk to you, so I didn't get a chance to meet you in person yet.
Uh-oh. All right. We're going to fix that. We'll fix that. We are going to fix that.
Judge, to be honest.
Yes. All right. And did you get any takeaways from the graduation? Learn anything inspire you?
Yeah, I think Miss Rich nailed it. Just seeing the people graduating, just kind of the end game, just seeing that is humbling. It's something that I want to do, just to kind of put this behind me, but also just learn from it and keep moving forward.
Yes. Now it's an end game for the court proceedings, but it's really a new beginning for individuals. At least that's what we're shooting for. Yeah. New beginning in life, a road of recovery and sobriety and staying connected to good people and good activities and good places and all of those things. And so we do hope that graduation marks a new beginning for everyone that receives their completion information or certificates. And so I'm glad that you were there. Since the last time I've seen you, have you been having any difficulties with anything?
No, no difficulties. Actually, finally applied for a credit card and got it. So I'm gonna, start building my credit.
I heard.
New car,
heard.
A house or an apartment, something like that. Yeah.
Look at you. So
2 years to do it, but
All right.
Oh, so you're sober and your credit score has obviously gone up, right?
Yep.
You win it, Mr. Hankins.
Yes.
You
Two
win
things
it.
that matter: sobriety and a credit score.
All right, very good, very good. During our staffing, Ms. Cleveland did inform the court that you're still working with your sponsor, Stephen. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we talk.
All right.
Twice, 3 times a week. We have a text exchange, just kind of checking in with each other, seeing how we're doing.
All right, very good. And are you still making great progress with Miss Barbara?
Yes, ma'am. She actually had me set up a budget. She's been helping me a lot. Actually, she's a good lady.
All right, very good. I'm glad to hear you are working the therapeutic part of this program. That is so important. If you are going to have a lifetime of recovery, you can't do it without the therapeutic piece. And so thank you for showing up and doing the things that you're supposed to do. Is there anything that you need to share with the court on today that with respect to your progress or anything?
No, I think I kind of covered it. It's just kind of the same thing, different day, just kind of, one step in front of the other. Just head down and keep knocking stuff out.
All right, very good. What are you doing to socialize? What are you doing?
Not much, I guess. I mean, I kind of just work and I go hang out with my buddies, watch sports, just stuff like that. Nothing really crazy. I work 6 days a week, so I mean, free time is pretty much before bedtime.
Okay, I understand it. And these are friends that encourage you
Oh yeah,
to
I
be
got
on
a
a
good
good
support
path, the
system.
path that you're on.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love it. All right, Miss Cleveland, is there anything else you'd like to add as to Mr. Hankins?
Your Honor, he's doing very well. He's been with us since June 21st, 2021. He is phase 2 of a 3-phase program, Your Honor. He's completed quite a bit of the phase 2 requirements. I think there's 1 or 2 things that he has to do, and he is registered for an upcoming ARM weekend. So that's going to be in August. He discussed his accomplishments. He is reporting no obstacles at this time. And Your Honor, I would like to say that he is 472 days clean today.
All right, yes, come on, Mr. Hankins.
That's a good thing.
Yes, all right, very good. Mr. Hankins, do you have any questions for the team?
No, ma'am.
No? All right, very good. Miss Cleveland, what's next?
Your Honor, he is going to have a face-to-face on July 7th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
All right, very good. Got it, Mr. Hankins?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, hang in with me with the phase 2s. And so, Mr. Maslin, thank you for your comment about that credit. That is a huge accomplishment for Mr. Hankins. And Mr. Maslin shared, I think it went to everyone, how his addiction really did mess up his credit. And so that is a huge accomplishment to get your credit on track. And so congratulations to you again, Mr. Hankins.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, place yourself on mute for me. Miss Taylor, good morning to you. I do know that you're on for Mr. Dorsey. And good morning to you, Mr. Dorsey. I am waiting for the prosecuting attorney. And because today is scheduled, his termination hearing is scheduled, is that correct?
Yes, Judge, and I did speak with the prosecutor, and she said she would be available in about 30 minutes.
All right, wonderful. And then I also need you to reach out to one of the attorneys that's assigned to the court. It's probably going to be Mr. Griffin.
Yes.
And so that he's able to come on as well, because we need someone familiar with the case.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Thank you. All right, let's keep going with our phase 2. I have Mr. Parmenter up next. Good morning, Mr. Parmenter.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good today. How are you?
I am doing very well. I'm doing better today. Yes, I am. Let me place your case number on the record. I have case number 200-454-6501. State your full name for me, Mr. Parmenter.
Jacob Parmenter.
All right. Mr. Parmenter, have you been working your program?
Yep, program's still working. Still in therapy, testing, community service now, which has actually been pretty cool. That's almost done. No missed screens, no positive tests, anything like that.
Okay, very good. Look at you giving your own status review. I love it. Yes, sir. You are doing very, very well. Yes, I absolutely love it. And so I heard that you are working on some goals with respect to mortgage banking.
That's correct. Yes. I met a friend of mine way before I was with you guys. I did my own intensive outpatient group. I checked myself in. And I met a girl who works downtown for a large mortgage firm. We can guess,
okay.
Right? And she, through getting to know her, she's like, listen, man, you need to stop what you're doing and come work here. And so I can't until I'm out of this program. That's just like a requirement that they have, which I understand. But that is, yeah, that's what's next after this.
Good for you. Good for you. And I heard you're doing some self-help things to get on track to position yourself to pursue your goals. And I'm excited about that, Mr. Parmenter. I am. I know that you're in need of the restricted license. Miss Yancey, where are we in that process?
We're just about finished with it. He has all the paperwork that he needs, so he's kind of in control of when he starts.
All right, Mr. Parmenter, you still want that restricted license, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so the ball's in your court.
So I have, I'm just gonna, this month, money has been tight at the brewery because the city of Royal Oak has essentially shut down Main Street with construction. There's no street parking. There's no, limited access to garages. So all the restaurants have taken a huge business hit. So money's been tight, but I have what I need now to start. I'm calling them today, this morning after we're done, to get the interlock installed. And then,
okay.
What's the next process after that? Or what do I do after that?
Mr. Yancey?
You'll just be getting there's a certificate. There's some paperwork they're going to give you to give to us. And once you give that to us, and it should have a seal on it, then you can get going.
And that's from the company that does the interlock?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, once you go to them, they'll give you, once you get the interlock installed, they'll give you a sheet. You have to bring that to Mr. Yancey. We have the judge to sign something, send it to the Secretary of State, and they've been moving a little quickly. So you probably get the license within a couple of weeks, but you cannot drive until you actually have a physical license. So,
right.
So it's kind of a quick process after once you bring that down to Mr. Yancey, and we send it over to the Secretary of State.
Okay, got it. Awesome. Well, that should be to Mr. Yancey very quickly then.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Parmenter, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, I wanted to ask about the interlock stuff, but we covered that. No.
All right, any difficulties, any challenges that you've had since the last time I've seen you?
Financial stuff with it kind of threw off this whole license thing because I didn't have the money for it. But that was then, this is now. I chose to end my relationship I was in because it's just started to become toxic, and I got too much stuff like with this to focus on, and then to have some negative, toxic, energy sucking thing on top of it was not. I just
okay.
I'm done. So I slept real good. I slept real good last night.
All right, listen. Do what you have to do to take good care of yourself.
Yeah.
And when you know that something is toxic, you need to start detaching. Mm-hmm. Detach, run while you can. Yeah. And so I'm proud of you for making that decision for yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Yancey, if nothing else for Mr. Parmenter, what's his next court date?
Yes, Your Honor. Besides, Mr. Parmenter, we appreciate you having boundaries because that's really what you're talking about. We all have to have some boundaries. Sir. So that's super great. Other than that, your next court date would be, Your Honor, July 7th at 10:30 for a phone-to-phone.
At 10:35.
35.
Right?
Yes, 10:35.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Yes, sir. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Parmenter, I want you to stay with us until we finish our phase 2 people, okay?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir. Great job. You're doing a great job. All right, Miss Hess. Let's do it, Miss Hess.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Miss Hess. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am. I'm glad to see you. You're feeling okay today?
Yes, a little better.
Good. I'm so glad. And I'm so glad that you're taking good care of yourself too, Ms. Hess. Okay? Doing what you need to do to take good care of yourself. All right.
Yes,
let me place your case number on the record for Ms. Hess. I have case number Z 8067851. State your full name for me, Ms. Hess.
Cassandra Hess.
All right, very good. And so, Ms. Hess, we had an opportunity to staff your case this week. I believe it was this week or last week. I can't remember, the days flowed all together, Ms. Hess. But I heard that you are doing some really good things in spite of some personal things that you're having to tackle. And so I just want to encourage you to keep working hard and to be open and honest with your treatment provider as well as your case manager, so that if there's anything that we can help you with, that we have the ability to do just that, okay?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, all right, very good. What kind of challenges or obstacles have you had since the last time I've seen you?
Other than the medical things, not too many things. Just the medical situation is the main issue right now.
All right, and you are doing everything that you're supposed to do to take good care of yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good, very good. I did hear that you are, because I know we always talk about and I ask about struggles, but I also heard that there's some good things that are happening even in the midst of all of this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything you want to share?
No.
No, all right, I won't share it either. See, that's why I asked. All right, very good, but there are some good things going on. And so I'm glad to hear that. Ms. Hess, is there anything that you need us to help you with or assist you with at this time?
No, ma'am. I usually just communicate with Mr. Yancey if I have any issues going on. I always try to
Very
communicate
good.
as much as I can with him.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell me about Ms. Hess, if anything? Is there anything else you need to add?
Just that, she does communicate with me when anything is going on, and she's still hanging in there with her treatment, though she's completed. She's still keeping up with that with a recovery coach, and she's been really, really diligent with that. And in spite of her health challenges, she's basically still in compliance with her testing. And that's a difficult task for her, but she's making it happen because she's doing everything she can to be in compliance. She takes this really seriously, and she's really doing great, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Yancey, I know that she's testing. Is she testing a minimum of 2 times per week?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Would you be opposed to, while she is going through and dealing with, at least for a period of time, reducing her to 1 time per week?
I would not be opposed, especially because there's difficulties accomplishing that. So I would absolutely not be opposed. She has never had a positive screening, and at the beginning she was screening 3 times a week for months and months and months.
Yes.
I would not be opposed, Your Honor.
All right. Well, let me hear from Ms. Hess. Ms. Hess, do you think you can handle only screening 1 time per week for right now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. We want to make sure that you stay on track, and but we also want to make sure we're not complicating some things for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any objection from the team with respect to reducing Ms. Hess's testing to 1 time per week until further notice?
No objections, Judge. No objections at all.
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Then I'm going to reduce the testing to 1 time per week. Ms. Hess, do you have any questions for the team today?
No, but I do want to say that I'm sorry to hear about the other person that drove and drank and killed herself, because with my situation, the same thing could have happened with me. So definitely no more drinking and driving for me. So I really am sorry.
Uh-oh, you went on mute. You're on mute. Ms. Hess, we didn't hear the last piece of what you said.
Oh, I just said that I feel bad that it's really it's bothering you the way it is. And I just want to say that I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I shared that with you all because, again, no, everybody thinks I can do it. I'm just buzzed. It's just one drink and you just never know. You never ever know. His life has changed forever. It's a daughter and a granddaughter that he was able to reunite with as a result of this program. And he was back in their lives, actively in their lives. Can you imagine not having your father all those years because of severe alcoholism? And now he's back and now he's gone for good.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. So Ms. Huss, I applaud you and appreciate you, even though you completed what the therapist prescribed as the necessary course of treatment for you. You asked, can I continue? I want the help because I'm in this for a lifetime. I appreciate you doing that. I do, because this is not I'm gonna do it for 12 months, I'm gonna do it for 24 months, and then I'm done. This should be a
Right.
lifetime commitment. And I know I've shared with you all before, my brother, who is 34 years clean, he still goes to meetings 2-3 times a week. Wherever he travels, he's going to a meeting. And I used to be embarrassed by it. And he said, the day I stop going to meetings is the day I'm one step closer to going back to my addiction. And so he still goes to meetings, 34 years clean. And not only goes, he leads, he flies all over the country doing conferences and things of that nature. But cocaine almost destroyed his life, And so still goes to meetings 34 years in. One day you all will get a chance to meet him because he's a wonderful, I'm gonna get him here for a graduation. I gotta get all cried out though, because I'm so emotional about him, because that's my guy. And so even when he was in his addiction, that was my guy. And so yeah, Ms. Hess. So stay with the fight, stay in the fight, continue to utilize your services, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Yancey, did you give the follow-up date for Ms. Hess?
I didn't, Your Honor. That's going to be July 7th at 10:35, Your Honor, for a face-to-face.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Ms. Hess?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. I want you to stay in there with us. We only have a few more, I think, phase 2 people, and I don't see them. As a matter of fact, Mr. Yancey, do you see any more of your phase 2 people?
Mr. Naraki is on, Your Honor.
There's Mr. Naraki. Yes. All right. Mute for me, Ms. Hess. I'm gonna do the last few phase 2. All right. Good morning, Mr. Naraki.
Good morning, Your Honor. How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you this morning, Mr. Naraki?
I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Let me place your case number on the record. I have for Christopher Naraki 200-455-4001. Mr. Naraki, state your full name for the record.
Yep, Christopher Naraki.
All right, very good. Mr. Naraki, how are things going with you?
Things are going good. I'm doing my screenings, my meetings, my therapy's going good. I wanted to talk about graduation too. It was a big turnout, and it was inspiring, and especially the last speaker there. So it gives me hope and shows me that I can walk across that stage too when the time comes. So it was a good turnout.
Yes, yes. And I hope that it did give you a lot of hope that you can do the same thing, and not just for program purposes, but in life. New beginnings. Yes, very good. Are you having any difficulties, or have you had any difficulties or challenges since the last time I've seen you?
No big challenges, just trying to save some money right now, working.
I heard. How's that going?
So far, so good.
Okay, very good. Go ahead.
I just said little by little, saving little by little.
All right. All right, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And do you find that now that you're working the program and you're sober, that you're able to even save some money, maybe?
I'm so much more responsible with my money now than I was before. So.
Very good, very good. All right, Mr. Naraki, I want to hear, Mr. Yancey did tell us that you were saving to buy a home. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's like a long-term goal.
I love it. I love it. Do it. Do it. You can do it. All right. Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Naraki?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Naraki, he's trying to make some things happen. Like he said, he's diligent with his treatment meetings and screening. So, he's in compliance continually with that, which allows him to be able to work on these other goals, which is, saving money and getting that house. A lot of our participants, that's one of their goals, is to have their own place. And that's, that can be gigantic. That can be gigantic to your sense of accomplishment, pride, and just you're not living with somebody who you don't want to live with or have the same thoughts of sobriety that you have. So we applaud that. Keep doing what you're doing. That's just everybody that's trying to have their own place, and just the boundaries, which Mr. Parmenter talked about. So Mr. Rocky, he's in a good spot right now, and he's, like I say, he's in full compliance, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Very good, Mr. Naraki. Do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, ma'am.
No questions? All right, Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Naraki?
Yes, Your Honor, we want to have him come.
Uh-oh, Mr. Yancey, you went on mute. I don't know what happened.
So yes, Your Honor, we want to have him back on July 7th, Your Honor, for a 10:35 face-to-face.
You went back on mute. Mr. Yancey, I don't know what's happening.
I'm not sure, but let me quickly say July 7th, 10:35 for face-to-face, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Yancey. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Naraki, did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, great. I'm gonna have you mute. Let me make sure I'm looking at everyone. I think that we have completed all of our phase twos. Mr. Fikens, Mr. Reed, at this time, anything you want to say to our phase two participants who are doing a fantastic job, staying connected to their treatment, all of those wonderful things. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations on good reports. You're working the program. We know it's not easy, but we're proud of you. Be proud of yourself. Keep up the good work. Be safe, and have a safe 4th of July, please. Stay cool. It's hot out there. Thank you.
And if I might say, Your Honor, yes, to these people who are about ready to leave us on today, we look towards you as our success stories of the future. So when we take a beating like we have recently, we put our confidence, our trust, and our faith in you, not to put pressure on you, but because you're worth it. So thank you very much for your efforts, everyone, and have a good holiday.
All right, very good. I need everyone from phase two to do well. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your holiday. Make sure you get your testing in, and I will see you on your next date. Take care. You all are free to leave. All right, let's do it. I'm going to go to my phase one participants while I'm making that transition. Miss Drew, Mr. Dominic Dotson is in the courtroom. He came on late yesterday at 3 o'clock for his 10 o'clock scheduled court date, I believe it was. So if you could pull his matters, Mr. Fikens, I think you worked with us yesterday. If you could take a look at Mr. Dotson, and let's get him processed. Mr. Dotson, thank you for coming in this morning on time. All right, Mr. Dotson thought I had a 3 o'clock docket yesterday, y'all. And I had to tell him at 3 o'clock, I'm sorry, 3:15. I don't have a 3 o'clock docket, Mr. Dotson, but I do have a full docket this afternoon and you're not gonna be on it. So you have to come into the office. So thank you, Mr. Dotson. All right, let's do it. I'm going to my phase 1, folks. I am going to start with Miss Bell. Miss Bell, good morning to you. Let me have you unmute, Miss Bell.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you, Miss Bell?
I'm a little sore this morning.
You are? Why is that?
Well, a group of us went to get our vaccinations, and when I woke up this morning, it was hard for me to pull my arm up.
Oh, okay. Listen, it's going to get better. It's going to pass. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting that vaccine. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. I take that personal. I feel like you did it for me. So thank you. I did it for you. I just sure did. I took it in both boosters. I did it for you. So thank you, Miss Bell.
Yeah, this was my booster. I had my 2 Pfizers done, and this was my booster.
All right. All right. Well, you're going to feel better. It's going to pass. Make sure you hydrate. Okay. Drink a lot of water and then it'll eventually pass. All right. Let me place your case number on the record. I have case number 210011153. Ms. Bell, state your full name for the record.
Venetia Joan Bell.
All right, Ms. Bell, you are at the nest. How are things going at the nest?
They're going pretty good, Your Honor.
They are?
Yes,
all right. Are you taking advantage of all of the resources that they are providing you?
Oh, yes.
All right. And you're being open and honest about where you are, what you're thinking, about your triggers and all those things?
Oh, yes. We have to even do documents as in our groups that have to be turned over to the clinical director. So I'm doing well in those.
All right, very good. For Miss Bell, that's Mr. Griffin. I'm sorry, is Mr. Griffin on?
Your Honor, he's doing Your Honor, he's doing something else for the court. I do know a little bit about Miss Bell. I could possibly either start it or wait for him.
Well, I need to know what's the discharge plan for her because it's my understanding that she is scheduled for release on June 16th, and that is today. Is that correct, Ms. Bell?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's
all right.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Yes,
on that. According to Mr. Griffin, her release date is supposed to be the 21st of July. And he just told me that. So
okay,
he's
that's
gonna.
Not what he told me in staffing. I wrote it down in staffing.
Okay, he's gonna come back on there.
Okay, that's fine. So Ms. Bell, you're gonna have to hang tight with me just for a second, so that I can make sure that we place on the record. There's Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bell, is she scheduled to be released on the 16th of June?
No, Your Honor. I talked to Ms. Warsu yesterday. She said they have some type of special program that they have going on the 17th that she wants Ms. Bell to participate in, and the release date would be June the 21st, which would be next Tuesday, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so, Ms. Bell, that's just a couple more days that you're going to be there. It's my understanding that she's going to return to her residence. Mr. Griffin, have you already verified that is conducive for her to continue on the path that she's on?
Your Honor, me and Mr. Yanship will be going out there tomorrow.
All right, very good. So you'll do a residence check.
Yeah, we're doing a residence.
All right.
We'll go out there tomorrow to verify. So Ms. Bell, if you can just let someone know that we'll be coming out to verify the residence and take a look to make sure, it's all right for you to come home too.
All right, very good. And then Mr. Griffin, we also talked about that she will do 3 times testing minimum per week.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And
All right, very good.
aftercare services, I did talk to Ms. Wusu. To do aftercare services, outpatient treatment through Naomi's Nest.
All right, very good, very good. All right, Miss Bell, so you got a couple of more days. I need you to work it, okay?
Will, Your Honor.
All right, I'm so glad. Miss Bell, you look great today. I love your new hairstyle.
Ah, thank you.
That's your new summer hair.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It looks nice on you. I'm thinking about getting me some summer hair too. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, and Your Honor, I did talk to Ms. Wilson yesterday, and she said that Ms. Bell did very well. You know, she seems to have it together, and she hoped, you know, that she's confident that, you know, this time that she learned a lot of different tools, you know, and resources that she can reach out to. So Ms. Bell, come on, let's do this.
Okay, I will, sir.
All right. All right. So Mr. Griffin, since her release date is scheduled for the 21st, when do you want to have Ms. Bell back with us? Because we can discuss her release plan in staffing. So.
Okay. And let's do the 23rd just to make sure everything is okay. I have everything in place. I can let you know she's safely at home and back testing and everything like that. I don't want to wait 2 weeks, so let's do the 23rd.
Wonderful. June 23rd, Mr. Griffin, I don't know if Mr. Morgan has told you, each one of you have to add one case. So I don't know if you want to add Ms. Bell. That's up to you, or if you've already figured out who you're adding. I just thought I'd throw that in.
I may change that, Your Honor. That may be going. I talked to Ms. Wilson to see if she's available for staffing on that 24th. So, okay, I'll keep that in mind, Your Honor.
There you go. All right, very good. So right now, your return to court date, Ms. Bell, is going to be June 23rd, 2022 at 8:35 a.m., okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Bell, I'm gonna release you. I know you're not feeling well. I usually keep everybody until I'm done. I'm gonna release you. I hope that you feel better, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good one. I'll see you next week. I'll see you next week.
Have a blessed weekend.
You do the same. Thank you, ma'am. Be safe. All right, very good. Let's go to Miss Rios. Miss Rios, good morning to you.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
Okay, how are you?
I am doing well. Thank you, ma'am. I have the following matter for you. I have case number 200-445-1801. State your full name for me.
Angelica Rios.
All right, Miss Rios. It's good to see you on today. You are still actively working your program, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I know in staffing, I was informed of some personal obstacles that you've had. I don't want to air them live on YouTube. I do appreciate your honesty and sharing with Mr. Griffin. We have already come up with a plan to make sure that you are able to work your program and still deal with the personal obstacles that you may have, okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. I want you to take really good care of yourself, Miss Rios, okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, very good. Have you had any difficulties, any obstacles with respect to working your program?
No, everything's going good.
None?
And yeah, just keeping informed with Mr. Griffin if anything comes up or if I need help with anything.
All right.
Your Honor, matter of fact, she did reach out, and I'm working with Mr. Morgan, and she sent me over some documents with some other stuff, financial things that we're trying to help her out with. So, so we got that in the process also. So, and thank you for sending over the paperwork that I requested from you.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what else do you want me to know about Miss Rios?
Miss Rios is doing fine. Like I said, she's dealing with some challenges right now, but she continues to stay positive. You know, she reaches out to me. You know, she's a little scared and everything about her situation, but I told her just to stay positive, you know, and things will work themselves out. You know, I did talk to her counselor, Ms. Salou. I did invite her for staffing on Friday, but she said she would not be in the office, but she did send over all the assessments
and things like that. She said Miss Rios is engaged in treatment and is doing very well so far.
All right, very good, very good. Ms. Rios, do you have any questions for the team?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. All right, just know, and Mr. Griffin, thank you for staying connected, that we are here. You speak up, let us know what's going on. It sounds like you're doing that because we want to make sure. Also, I want you to speak up when you're in your treatment. Your treatment provider spends a lot of time with you, more time than our case managers do. So if there is a need, make sure you speak up and let them know, okay?
Yes. Okay.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what's next for Ms. Rios?
Your Honor, Ms. Rios will be coming back for a Zoom hearing on June the 30th, 2022, and that will be at 8:35 a.m. And I'll provide you with any other updates, beforehand.
All right, very good. All right, Ms. Rios, I'm gonna have you go on mute while I do the last person that I'm going to do in phase one, and that's Mr. Armando Gonzalez. If you'll put his face in the screen, I'll do his case. All right, Mr. Gonzalez, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
All right, let me place your case number on the record. I have the following matters for you. I have case numbers U594-32521 and case number SP112-20842. State your full name for the record, Mr. Gonzalez.
Armando Gonzalez.
All right, very good. How are you doing, Mr. Gonzalez?
I'm doing good, actually. I'm great.
All right, very good. You're working your treatment plan there?
Yes, I complete Sunday on Father's Day. So I get to go home with my babies.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're going to complete on Sunday. All right, and do we have a backup plan or do we have a plan for Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Who's the case manager on Mr. Gonzalez?
That is me, Your Honor. We do have a plan. Actually, he will get out on Sunday and he will start treatment on Wednesday. Outpatient treatment on Wednesday, Your Honor. So we have a written in stone appointment for treatment. We have
Is that going to be with Quality Behavioral Health?
No, Your Honor. That will not for outpatient, Your Honor.
Okay, who will outpatient?
He'll actually be with Black Family Development, Your Honor.
Okay, very good.
And we have set up for screenings already once he gets out. So
and he'll be screening a minimum of 3 times per week. Is that correct?
That's correct, and that'll be with JAMS, Your Honor.
All right, and we're going to pay for those screenings. Is that correct?
Initially, until he, we'll give him a couple weeks to get on his feet regarding that. So yes, we will.
Phase one. He's in phase one. He should get the first 30 days.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll work that out for sure.
All right, very good. And so anything else, Mr. Yancey?
I don't believe so. I believe his environment is definitely conducive to sobriety. They're looking, his family's looking forward to seeing him. No one in his immediate family has any substance abuse problems. So that should be great. And Mr. Gonzalez is going to change his phone number so old acquaintances cannot contact him. So I think we have a little bit of a plan right now, at least to start off really well, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So Mr. Gonzalez, a couple of things. It made you smile to say you get to go home. I know you have 3 young children and you are coming home to them. I want you to be able to stay home, okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. And you know that they deserve to have you happy and healthy and all of those good things, right?
Yes, they do.
All right, because you have to make some good decisions for these babies. You've got some young kids.
Oh yeah, I got goals that I gotta accomplish.
All right, very good. Listen, Mr. Gonzalez, it's going to be so important that you connect with your services, that you show up for your appointments and do the things that you are required to do. I know that you've been impatient, but listen, the real battle is going to start when you get back into the mainstream of things, right?
Oh yeah, step at a time.
One step at a time, but you've got to be ready. You've got to be ready. And so how we prepare you for that battle, we make sure that you are doing your therapeutic treatment, okay? Okay?
Yes, yes, I understand.
All right, very good. Do you have any questions for the team today, Mr. Gonzalez?
Oh no, I'm great. I communicate with Mr. Yancey.
All right, very good. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Yancey did indicate that you are going to change your phone number. I need you to do that immediately.
Yes, as soon as I get out, I'm doing that immediately. That was a plan I told him from the beginning. I had my girlfriend delete all the numbers I don't need and changing my phone number. Like, you know, the best way to avoid anything, any contact from anybody that I don't need in my life.
There you go. You have to start somewhere. And sometimes you have to take those drastic measures. Drastic.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Mr. Yancey, anything else for Mr. Gonzalez?
No, other than Mr. Gonzalez, can you let your family know that I might come by there tomorrow? Just to
yes.
Okay. Other than that, Your Honor, no.
All right, very good. What's the return to court date for Mr. Gonzalez?
Your Honor, that's going to be June 30th at 8:35 Zoom, Your Honor.
June 30th?
All right, very good.
Yes, June 30th, 8:35.
Yes, sir, I got it.
All right, very good. Then with that, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm going to have you place yourself on mute. I am finished with the phase one people who I have seen. And Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, at this time, would you like to address phase one?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Good reports. Keep up the good work. Don't get overwhelmed. You're new to the program. We know it's not easy. Stay in touch with your case manager. Pick up the phone when they call. Be safe. Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, you're doing a great job. Good reports for everyone. Keep up the great work because we are proud of you. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. With that, phase one, I am proud of all of you. You are doing a great job. Hang in there in spite of challenges. You are still doing a great job. And so I want to encourage you to keep going. Make sure you are having those open and honest discussions with your treatment provider. Make sure that you are having open and honest discussions with your case manager so that we are able to help you on this journey, because we don't expect you to be perfect, because if you were perfect, you wouldn't be with us. And so I want you to be open and honest with us so that we can help you. With that, I want you all to enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great Father's Day weekend for the fathers. I almost forgot about that. Listen, I'm still on Mother's Day. And so I'm still rocking my Mother's Day gift. Listen, I got to get on it. Father's Day is Sunday. And so we want to make sure the fathers, don't forget about the fathers, y'all. We need them. So I want you all to take care. Make sure you show up for your testing. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. You all are excused. And thank you. All right, very good. With that, I still have a couple of people that are on my docket for specialty court, and I don't see them. And so let me just, did Ms. Brimage leave us?
No, no, Ms. Brimage went into the conference room.
Okay.
She's waiting for Mr. Damian Johnson to come back from dropping. And then
Okay.
she's going to take him into the conference room.
All right, very good. Then I'm going to keep going. Good morning, Attorney Warfield.
Good morning,
Good morning. I am waiting on, we were supposed to talk with you all yesterday, and then we got word that we lost another person in our program that just recently completed our program. And so we will definitely have the conversation with you all today, okay? Thank you for your patience.
Of course, not a problem.
All right, very good. We are waiting on the prosecutor for Mr. Dorsey. So thank you all for your patience. I'm gonna keep moving my docket. I do have an intake to do. Ms. Ware, when you're out of sight, out of mind. Are we ready on Ms. Ware?
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, very good. Give me just 1 second while I'm preparing to do Ms. Ware. There are a couple of people that are on my docket who I do not see this morning. Mr. Cook, case number U60226321. Where is Mr. Cook? Who's the case manager for Mr. Cook? Oh, Mr. Cook is mental health court. I'm sorry. I'm about to fuss at the wrong people. All right, I also have, where's Ms. Pavel this morning, Mr. Griffin?
Your Honor, I talked to you about those cases yesterday. They gonna be moved. Ms. Bavell and Mr. Wilson gonna be moved to the 24th for the site visit.
Okay, that's right. Don't let me have a senior moment. Let me place it on the record. Case number 20L03079FD for Sharice Bavell. She will come back to the court on June 24th, 2022. And what time are we putting her on for, Mr. Griffin?
10:30, Your Honor. That's what time we're gonna start our session.
All right, very good, at 10:30 a.m. And then for Ernest Wilson, I have case number 1936817. Mr. Wilson will also join us on June 24th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. What about Mr. Twitty?
Your Honor,
Where's
I'm
Mr.
not,
Twitty?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I did have contact with him Monday. I'm not sure why he's not on at this time. I did leave a message for him. I'll try to contact
It's
him.
not like him, Mr. Yancey.
It's
That's
not,
not like him.
it's not, especially since I did talk to him Monday. So I will try to contact him, but I will still prepare paperwork. Also, if we can give him until tomorrow morning.
Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I'm going to adjourn the following matter, 201-0000277 for Darren Twitty. I will adjourn it to tomorrow, June 17th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. Mr. Yancey, continue to try to make contact with him on today. That is not like him. And so we want to make sure that first he's safe, he's okay, and then I'll fuss at him once I find out he's all right. But he better
Yes,
be on
ma'am.
here tomorrow morning at 8:35.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And then what about Armando Gonzalez?
We just did him, Your Honor.
We did. I did not do, did I?
Yeah,
I
he was
missed
a,
the case number. He
Yeah,
had two
he-
cases, three
yes.
cases.
Yes.
All right, I failed to call his case number. My apologies. Let me just call that case number 215-943-2521. Thank you so much. And then I am going to go for Ali Al-Jabri. Mr. Potts, are you on for Mr. Al-Jabri?
I'm actually stepping in for Mr. Potts, Your Honor. He had to hop on another hearing, so.
All right, that matter was scheduled for a formal hearing at 9:30. It's 10:00 a.m. Miss Wilson, no, I'm calling you Miss Wilson, Miss Drew. Has any officer checked in on Al-Jabri?
No, ma'am.
All right, very good. I'm calling it.
Your Honor, for all
Mr.
candor of the
Potts.
court, I do see Corporal McCree in the Zoom room.
All right, good. Thank you. Listen,
be
if y'all
honest.
don't have y'all cameras on, if y'all don't call in to my clerk, I don't know y'all here. I'm good, but I ain't that good. Thank you. All right. So then do you need to speak with the prosecutor as to Mr. Al-Jabri?
I would like to, yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So Miss Drew, if you could arrange that. Officer, if we had known you were on, we would have scheduled a prosecutor meeting much earlier than 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I came on at 9 o'clock and I got caught up.
All right, that's okay. I'm caught up from 8:30, and so I don't check to see who's here. All right, we'll fix it. All right, very good. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, Miss Brimage, Oh, Ms. Brimage is still in that breakout room.
She's with, Mr. Johnson.
All right, she's with Mr. Johnson. And then let's go to the intake for Ms. Ware. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
All right, very good. Let's do it, Ms. Ware. Thank you for your patience on this morning. We have had the opportunity to meet, and so you are doing well, and we are ready to take you into our program. And so with that, I'm going to call your case number. I have case number, hold on. I have case number U576-42920. Ms. Ware, please state your full name for the record.
Angela Line Ware.
All right, wonderful. You are still in treatment, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Are they still treating you well in treatment?
Oh, yes, of course.
I love it. Wonderful. We are going to hear who's presenting Ms. Ware on this morning.
Yeah, and I'm going to present Miss Ware, if that's okay.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to hear from Mr. Yancey first, Ms. Ware, and then the attorney, and then I will hear from you, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, give me just 1 second.
Sure.
All right, Mr. Yancey, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. So as you can see, Angela Ware is before the court as a result of a conviction for disorderly conduct, Your Honor, and she was referred to our program as a result of a court hearing she had on May 20th of this year in front of Judge Marlena Taylor, Your Honor. Ms. Ware is 40 years old, mother of 2, and a resident of the city of Westland, Michigan, Your Honor. She's currently, as you can see, an inpatient at Naomi's Nest and has a scheduled release date of July 8th of this year. She's a high school graduate, reports that her health is stable right now. She does not receive any kind of public assistance at this time. Her license is not valid at this time. To my knowledge, she has not completed any assessments with us, but Naomi's Nest may have a clinical assessment that I haven't received. And she is, to my knowledge, currently serving out a probation at this time. Her main support people are her mother and her boyfriend. And I have talked to her twice, and she reports that she is very much so interested in our program, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And this is one of those rare cases where we start off in inpatient treatment. And so, Mr. Yancey, I appreciate you connecting her with those services. And so we'll get those assessments from Naomi's Nest, probably closer to her release time,
yes,
so that we can know where do we go from here. And so, wonderful. Thank you. Great job, Mr. Yancey. Who went in the breakout room with Ms. Ware?
I did, Judge, and thank you for the opportunity to talk to Ms. Ware in the breakout room. She was respectful and courteous. She has a great attitude. Judge, we did talk about the court's order. We talked about testing, counseling. We talked about community service. We also talked about arms. She was receptive to everything. We talked about the fact that there's no alcohol, no drug use while in the program. She cannot leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. We talked about the fact that the court has the ability to change, to amend the court's order. She was receptive to that. We also talked about the benefits of the program. She does have a dismissible case. Her case can be dismissed when she completes the program. She was receptive to that. She is eligible to participate in our program under Michigan law. Judge, her license is suspended. We talked about the reasons why it might be suspended. We believe she does owe some outstanding tickets. We will look into that. She has no drinking or driving cases, so she would not need a restricted license from us. Judge, she was receptive. the court's order. She informed me that she was in Naomi's Nest because of a case that she had over in Frank Murphy. She did 6 months in the county jail, and then she was sentenced to complete the program at Naomi's Nest. We also talked about the fact that she does have a GPS tether on. That tether was placed on by Frank Murphy. She was concerned about that, and I also indicated I would raise that with the court. Judge, she is receptive to the program. She wants to participate in the program. She is eligible to participate, and I am recommending her participation in the program. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Reed. And I did, when we were in staffing, it was disclosed that she's on a tether. Mr. Yancey, I believe that that's connected with the felony case. I have no authority to remove that tether at this time. And so I'm certain they'll be communicating with us about how you're doing in the program. And once we see how you're doing, once you leave inpatient treatment, we can probably make a recommendation, but I don't have the authority to just remove it, okay? All right. Uh-oh, you're on mute, Miss Ware. I didn't hear what you were saying. I'm sorry.
I apologize. But I know I can't get it removed now. I was just wondering when I get released, because I'm on it because of Frank Murphy. And when it's gonna close, my case is gonna be closed July 8th, do I just go to the place and go take it off, or what do I do?
Mr. Yancey, we'll have to see what Frank Murphy or the circuit court wants you to do. I don't have any authority over that.
Okay.
Mr. Yancey, so you can see if they get, I don't know that they'll be closing her case, but.
We can check on that, and I don't want Ms. Ware to be disheartened, but we might want to put a tether on initially, a GPS scram tether, Your Honor. In fact, that is my desire, to start her off where we put a GPS scram tether on her.
So I just keep this same one on?
No, it'll probably be a different one.
Okay. I actually agree with that. I was hoping to have each other on me, be accountable for my actions. And I know I look at it and say, oh, if I mess up, I'm going back to jail. So.
And sometimes it works as a reminder. Absolutely. All right. Very good. And so, Ms. Ware, you've met with me before. You've had an opportunity to observe. Do you still wish to work the program?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Very good. Do you have any questions for the team on today?
Nope.
All right. Very good. Mr. Maslin just sent a message. He was welcoming you to our program. He said, this is a great place, and my message went away. Hold on. Let me see. He says, this is a great place to be if you really want recovery. I can promise you that you're in good hands and good company. It's hard work, but we are all worth it. Thank you, Mr. Maslin. And I hope, Ms. Ware, that you will take heed to that advice or those words of encouragement that Mr. Maslin just gave you. Definitely. Yes, absolutely. And so with that, I am going to accept Ms. Ware into our program. Mr. Reed, you did make the determination that pursuant to Michigan law, your client is eligible to participate in our program. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. She is eligible to participate in our program pursuant to Michigan law. Thank you.
All right, very good. And Mr. Yancey, did you make a determination as to whether or not she is a substantial threat to the public?
Yes, Your Honor. I did ascertain that information. She is not a substantial risk to the public, Your Honor.
All right, then with that, I am going to accept Ms. Ware into the program. Ms. Ware, I look forward to working with you. I know that you still have a few weeks left at Naomi's Nest, but I just want to encourage you to continue to work hard, work hard, work hard. Okay?
I definitely do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, very good. What's next for Ms. Ware?
Your Honor, I know her release date is July 8th, so I don't know if we want to have her come back on the 7th, or do we want her to come back on June 30th?
Let's have her come back on June 30th.
Okay, that's
okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
June 30th, 2022, and that'll be at 8:35 a.m., okay? Ms. Ware, did you get that?
Oh, yes, thank you. I get that.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Ware. Good to see you and glad you're with us.
Am I all set to go then?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
All right, all right, all right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, very good. And so I believe that that's everything on the specialty court docket, except for we have a few mental health court matters, and then we have the termination hearing for Mr. Dorsey. So is there anything else on the drug treatment court docket that I'm missing? No?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, very good. We are still awaiting our prosecutor for Mr. Dorsey, so I'm going to keep it moving. Ms. Brimage, I'm sorry, let me ask you, Ms. Taylor, where's Mr. Cook?
He's zooming on now. I reached out to Lakeridge, so they're getting him set up. He's still there, so he just has to connect. And
Okay.
then Attorney Griffin said he'd be ready in about 5 to 10 minutes.
He's on. I think I just saw Attorney Griffin pop up.
Ms. Rogers should be joining too, so I'll let her know.
All right, very good. Miss Attorney Griffin, you have your hand up?
I do, Your Honor. I know you mentioned termination hearing, but I thought Mr. Dorsey was scheduled for not today, but for next week, because there was an possible issue of the notice about the term.
Okay. Miss,
supposed to provide notice?
get on the mic so he can hear you. Yes, ma'am.
The jail was to provide notice yesterday after we discussed it in staffing. Also, we were awaiting drug screen results, which they did complete a screen on Mr. Dorsey on June 14th, which was a Tuesday, which did come back negative for the substances that were previously found.
Okay, all right, very good. So, Mr. Griffin, are you ready to proceed with the termination hearing, or are you requesting an adjournment for the termination hearing to give an opportunity to prepare?
Your Honor, we're requesting an adjournment, but we also are stating that we believe that the actual termination hearing is scheduled for next week or the week after, because for yesterday, I know we put in an order for a drug screening, and we thought that we're here today to see the results of that drug screening. But in terms of for the termination hearing, yes, we're requesting more time if it is scheduled technically for today. We're asking for more time.
All right.
And also to see if he received notice for the actual date.
Okay, all right. So you're right. Just jog my memory as well as Ms. Taylor. We needed to get a drug screen because that was going to determine whether or not he needed to go to detox, whether or not I could even have a conversation with him. We did get that particular drug screen. And so we wanted him to be in a good place to even hear what's going on, what is about to take place. So thank you, Attorney Griffin, for jarring my memory. So now that we have that negative drug screen on today, we are going to set the matter for a termination hearing. Okay, Mr. Dorsey should have received notice of the reasons why the recommendation has been made by the case manager to terminate him from the program. Everybody should be on notice, defense counsel, as well as the prosecutor, which I believe that was the prosecutor's motion as well. And so now I'm going to set the matter for a termination hearing date. And I would like to set that matter for either the 22nd or the 29th. The sooner the better. What date?
Oh, if the 29th is available, I would request the 29th, Your Honor. But if the court wants the 22nd, we can also do the 22nd. Whatever the court wants, Your Honor.
I was trying to do it sooner than later. Do you need to do it on the 29th? If you do, I'll set it for the 29th.
No, 22nd to be fine. Because Mr. Dorsey has received, is he in person? No, he's not. He's in the open Zoom. Okay. I just want to make sure we don't have any issues regarding the notice. So as long as the notice is being presented to him today, even though he's hearing it on the record, then should not be a problem, Your Honor, for the 22nd.
All right, very good. And so what I'm going to do is I will schedule the termination hearing. And Attorney Griffin, I'd like you to get with Ms. Warfield as well, because if he's not terminated, she's going to be working with Mr. Dorsey.
Yes, sure.
And so I'm going to set the termination hearing on June 22nd, 2022. I am going to set that hearing for 10 o'clock a.m. I am also asking the attorney to prepare another order for a drug screen. I'd like that order for him to be drug screened on the 21st of June, for the 21st of June. And then that way we don't have any issues with going forward with our hearing on the 22nd.
Your Honor, so I'm preparing I'll prepare to order like this, like right now. My question is, do you want it submitted to you today, or do you want it submitted closer to that date?
You can submit it to me on Friday or Monday. You can submit it to me on Monday.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
want to get lost in the shuffle at the jail.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the
right.
Your Honor. So just so I'm aware, on the 22nd, 10 a.m. Termination hearing for Mr. Dorsey.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, if possible, I'll just have to talk to the jail to see if I can schedule a Zoom conference call. Actually, Your Honor, can I just talk to Mr. Dorsey today at a breakout?
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, very good. And so, Mr. Dorsey, you heard the date that we're going to do your termination hearing. That's going to be on June 22nd, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m., okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Ms. Wilson, if you could place Mr. Dorsey and Mr. Griffin in a breakout room, that would be great. And I'm just going to place the case numbers on the record. I failed to do that. I have case number 210-454-6801, case number SX 360-35671, case number U510-19719, U558-23220, U563-13920, case number 1904601-401, case number U575-98120, U575-98320, and U593-34121. All right, and the termination hearing will be scheduled for June 22nd, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Brimage, I'm ready to do your cases. Ms. Warfield, are you ready on Al Jabri?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Brimage, while you're coming to the podium, if she's in here. I don't know if she's in here. All right, on Al Jabri, I have case number SP 121-57691. Counsel, your appearance. Can I get his file, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Jessica Warfield, P85391. I am standing in place of Attorney on Record Ryan Hill on behalf of Mr. Al Jabri. We are standing in place of him, being that this is a civil infraction, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And that's with Mr. Al Jabri's permission.
With his
is that
authority.
correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And then the officer was on this morning. No, I can't hear it. Okay.
Officer Jamie McCree, badge 2865.
All right, thank you so much, Corporal McCree. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding today on this civil infraction?
Yes, Your Honor. I've actually had the opportunity to speak with the city prosecutor as well as Corporal McCree. We have all agreed to amend the charge from prohibited left turn to blockading traffic, Your Honor. And I have authority to admit its responsibility.
All right, and so your client, you are admitting responsibility that your client, while in the city of Detroit operating a motor vehicle, he made a prohibited left turn, and in exchange for your acceptance of responsibility, I am amending that charge to blockading traffic. Is that correct, counsel?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. The charge is amended. I am assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $175. How quickly can your client get that paid?
Your Honor, can we get 2 weeks?
Absolutely. And so I will schedule this for payment on June 30th, 2022. That'll be at 10:30 a.m. As long as your client gets it paid, they do not have to appear. If for some reason they fail to get it paid, it'll go into default judgment. And if the original charge will be reinstated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
You have a great one.
All right. You do the same and we'll talk with you today, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Have a
All right, thank you. All right. I know Mr. Twitty not getting on my docket at no 10:21 a.m. Now, that's what I do know.
Your Honor, if I could interject,
Go
I
on
did.
and interject.
I was able to contact Mr. Twitty, and even if we can't do his case today, I told him to come on just so you could see that he was okay, and we didn't have to do any kind of warrant, Your Honor. That's why I told him that.
I bet you he got on, didn't he? All right. Come on, Mr. Twitty. I still don't see Mr. Cook on here. And Ms. Brimage had to run up. So I'll.
That was just Lakers. They're literally getting him on now. They were calling for the game.
Okay, wonderful. All right, let's go to Mr. Twitty. All right. So you're gonna take Mr. Twitty off my docket for tomorrow.
Okay.
I have case number 201-000-0277. Mr. Twitty, state your full name for the record.
Darren Twitty.
All right, Mr. Twitty. Why you looking like you just spoke up this morning?
I know, I apologize.
You just overslept?
Yes, I really did.
You did. All right, Mr. Twitty. It's not a habit. You know, at first you used to come to your meetings your hearings when you got ready. Remember when we first started back in March of last year? You know, I be having that elephant memory, right? And you used to just come whenever you get ready, just be like, oh, there's Mr. Twitty. Let's just do his hearing. You haven't been doing that for a while, so I'm gonna let this one pass today, okay?
Thank you.
All right. How are you doing, Mr. Twitty?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing excellent.
You're doing excellent. All right. You working your program?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We had an opportunity to staff your case the other day. And I noted, and it's been more than one person, though, that has mentioned to this court, at least two people, that you are truly a motivator, that you motivate them. And you may not even know that you're doing that. And so I just wanted to share that with you because it's so important for people to know that folks are watching, even when we think no one's watching. But that was a comment that two different participants on two different occasions made about you, that you have motivated them to stay the course, to work hard. So I just want to say thank you for that, Mr. Twitty.
And I want to thank them as well.
Yeah, they did. They did. All right.
You all motivate me.
We motivate you, Mr. Twitty.
Yes, especially that graduation.
I got to meet you in person. You like 9 feet tall. Your hair is all the way down to your knees. I'm like, who is this? Is this Mr. Twitty or Samson? I don't know. I'm like, oh my God. And maybe it's just I'm so short, right? But it was good to see you in person, Mr. Twitty.
Yes, it was good to see you too.
Were you inspired by the graduation?
Yes, very.
All right.
I don't know. I was like, it was like a person like giving a speech, like a heartfelt speech. And it just touched me. I'm just like, this is exactly why I'm in this program. This is exactly why I'm working this program. Like I want to be that person. I want to be one of them people up there.
Well, we already, I think I told you a while back that you're a leader. You're just natural at it. I forgot what was going on. And so I hope you see those qualities in you. You're a motivator. And when you are a good motivator, you are able to lead people. Chances are 99% of the time you have the makings of a good leader. And so I just want to encourage you, Mr. Twitty, this is bigger than just doing this program. Okay.
Yes,
you were supposed to be here, and there's some other things that have been working out well in your life since you have been with us, which I believe is still indicative of those good qualities that you have way down on the inside. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And so, Mr. Twitty, tell me what you've been doing to work your program. I want to know.
I got accepted into the UAW 687, the journeyman school. So I've been doing that.
Mr. Twitty, don't try to act like that's not a big deal. You know that's a big deal. Come on, sir. Good sir. Look at you. I love it. You trying to act like you're not excited. That's okay. You ain't fooling me.
I really am though, because it most definitely was a big deal. Like first and foremost, it was the test part that had me like, okay, like maybe I might not get in because I'm not too shabby at math, so I kind of like didn't know how good I did on the math, but I passed, and I took the test. We did the interview. I interviewed. They let me into school. So that was cool. I had my first day of school. What day was that? Last Thursday. So that was cool.
Didn't have to worry about passing the screening.
Exactly. I think I was one of the only people in there like, oh, I'll go drug test right now.
Mr. Twitty, that has to be a good feeling, right?
Yes, it really is. Yes. Then they had like they set you up like, so I told them I was unemployed or whatnot. Even if you are working, if you're not working for a union, you're considered unemployed. So they like, oh yeah, well, give us a call. That the very next day, they were like, come down to Kobo, help us set up this, that, and third. Oh yeah, that's a 3-day job. After you done with Kobo, we gonna need you here. I'm like, that's good. That is good that they help you find work. Like it's excellent.
Look at you, Mr. Twitty. Look at you. Now, you know, when you start mentioning money, you know what I'm about to mention, right?
I know.
Listen, I know Mr. Yancey is still working on and working with you with respect to that program and them paying some of your fines and costs. But we've got to start getting that wrapped up because it's been a while.
It has,
so continue to work on it. Okay, but in the meantime, but look, Mr. Twitty, we know they're not going to pay your full balance. So here's what I need you to do is start making payments, even if they're small payments. Start making payments. Okay, because we know they're not going to pay your balance in full.
Right.
Because you had like 100,000 cases out there here at 36th District Court. And even though the attorneys got you a great deal, you got some stuff you have to clean up that I can't do anything about, right? And so start making some small payments, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I had contacted, sorry to cut you off. I had contacted Mr. Yancey because I had went to like Secretary of State to see, what was stopping me from getting my license. And they had gave me a printout that I had sent to him, which was saying there were only, I think it was like a no proof of insurance.
It was 2 tickets where he owed reinstatement fees. I did send that to, I think, Attorney Fiken, and he looked at it. And I think we were going to, I don't even have them in front of me, but we were going to request that he be allowed to pay the reinstatement fee on those 2 tickets. I don't know if
Mr. Fiken, can you unmute or somebody give me those case numbers so I can get Ms. Drew to put that information in the system?
Yes, Judge. It will take me about 45 seconds or so to pull it up. But
oh no, that's okay.
We are requesting. There were 2 matters that Mr. Yancey sent me. There's still an amount due on both those, plus the reinstatement fee. I think they're $200 each. We are asking Judge to allow him to pay the $45 reinstatement fee, which I think is part of the $200. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Are these misdemeanors or civil infractions?
I believe they're civil infractions.
Civil infractions.
Okay. I want Ms. Drew to pull up an ROA, but we need some numbers, unless you can look him up by name.
I have the numbers.
Can you read them off?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody got them now. Come on, somebody read the numbers.
SP 6351931. And then there's a SP 8072021. And I see one more. There's a 095746431.
All right. And so these were the tickets that are holding him back from getting a license, Mr. Fiken?
Yes, Your Honor. If you might remember, Mr. Twitty used to have a long list of cases.
I remember, I told y'all he had like 100,002
It was
cases.
pretty close to that, yes, Judge. And but these two, now three, are preventing him from getting a license. So we'd ask the court allow him to pay the reinstatement fees on those. He knows he still has to pay the outstanding balance. He's aware of that, Judge. And maybe now with this great news on work, he'll have more money, he knows what to do with, and give it all to us. Maybe that's life.
All right, Ms. Drew, what are you trying to tell me?
There's some more.
Reinstatement fees.
Wait, yeah, she said, Ms. Drew is telling me, what is it, Ms. Drew?
I see two more reinstatement fees. One is on case number 11-5563-181. And then it's another reinstatement fee on 11-56-89-661.
All right, so it's a total of 5 cases. All right, and so Ms. Drew, and he owes balances on those, and those are all civil infractions?
No, ma'am. On the reinstatement, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reinstatement fees are all misdemeanors.
No, there was 3 that at first they said was civil infractions, and then you gave me 2 additionals.
He has some civil infractions also with balances on them.
Okay, I'm confused. Let me ask it this way. Mr. Fikens, you got the printout that the Secretary of State gave him with the cases that are holding him back, right?
No, I did not get that. I was going.
Oh, who got that printout?
No.
Those are the 2 cases Mr. Twitty sent me that he said the Secretary of State told him we're holding his license up.
Yeah. And they are misdemeanors, Your Honor. They're no license tickets.
The 2 SP cases?
I thought that was
Yeah,
no
the SP
proof of
is operating, the SP is a NOP case. The other one is a license improper. And then the 09 is a NOP. The 1155 is an NOP. And the 1156.
Judge,
they
Your
are
Honor,
misdemeanors.
if I might interject, if I could be sent an SOS so I can determine what cases are holding them up, and ask this court if there are cases you allow them to pay those, and we can get that information off to Mr. Yancey.
There you go. So let's send Mr. Fikens an SOS for Mr. Twitty. And then Miss Drew, we are going to put in the system that he is allowed to pay his reinstatement fees on any matters that he owes reinstatement fees on, okay? Because sometimes with the Secretary of State reports out may differ a little bit from us. But we want to make sure, Mr. Fikens, as you indicated, that we cover him. But I want to be clear. Mr. Twitty has a balance with us that has to be paid before he completes this program, before he's able to complete the program. So we want to make sure we get that done. And Mr. Yancey, I know that there was some talk about a program that Mr. Twitty is doing. Okay, take off that hat in my courtroom. I want to make sure that we are working Mr. Twitty and putting that burden on Mr. Twitty, that Mr. Twitty is working to make sure he gets that money, because that's going to substantially reduce what he owes at 36th District Court. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
That's what we're doing. All right, because we're not going to figure it out today, and he got on late, so now he's not about to take up my whole morning. All right. We still gonna get you squared away, Mr. Twitty. All right, so we'll send the SOS to Mr. Fikens, and then Ms. Drew to put in the system to allow him to pay reinstatement fees. And then you go and get that license and just go get it and come back and tell us about it, okay? Mr. Twitty?
It's gonna be harder than that.
You think it's gonna be harder than that?
I wanted to actually go through you all, because they said I would have to submit something to like how to request a hearing with the OHAO.
Okay, Mr. Fikens, you need to look at it, because I wasn't aware that he does have a second. He does. So he needs to go through us to get a restricted license,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
All right. And so, but in order for us to even recommend you for a restricted license, Mr. Twitty, you've got to get this stuff paid for.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
there's
No,
a
that's fine.
financial piece that goes with getting a restricted license. Now, Mr. Bikers, am I correct? Well, I'm gonna let you advise your client about requesting that hearing. Should he request that hearing?
No, he should not, Judge. He should not request that hearing.
All right, you heard that, Mr. Twitty?
Yes, ma'am.
And if
I'm
you
gonna
send
make
it
Do
in-
not fill out that paperwork to request a hearing.
Okay. Just pay on this ballot.
Come through us. Come through us. Okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Yancey, let's get with him. Help him to start putting a dent in these outstanding fines and costs, because I can't recommend him for a restricted license with all of these outstanding fines and costs, because I'm setting you up for failure, and I'm not going to do that. So that stipend that you're supposed to get, let's get it. We've been talking about that for months. Let's get it. And then let's get on a payment where you get these things, because they're things that I cannot dismiss, or the prosecutor can't even make a recommendation for dismissal. I believe, waived all penalties and late fees and things of that nature. And Ms. Drew, if I have not, then I certainly want to do that on this list. But that's all I can do. And what I'll do is I will put these out to pay, can you get it done in 3 months? Because you want that restricted license. Can you get it done in 3 months?
Yes, I can do that.
You can get everything paid in 3 months.
The itemized bill that I have that Mr. Yancey sent me, that amount, I should be able to pay that within 3 months.
The $2,200?
Yep, $21.90.
All right. And so this is what I'm going to do. And Ms. Drew, you can check to see if I put in there, I don't want it to keep picking up fines, penalties or what have you. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to indicate, and I'll give you this printout, that I'm waiving all penalties. And any fines or what have you, I'm going to waive that. And then I'm going to indicate that these are all adjourned to pay. And I'm going to put the date out so that they don't continue to accrue monies. Listen, I'm going to give you until October 3rd, 2022 to get it paid, okay? And I'm gonna put that on my docket for 10:30 a.m. That's all of these matters. All right. So Ms. Drew, I'm gonna give this sheet back to you, but I need this for my notes, okay? And that's what I'll do. So you've got plenty of time. Start making a dent in it. Get that stipend money that you said you were working to get. Let's get it, okay? All right, thank you so much. All right, Mr. Twitty?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Ficus, does that sound like a good plan for Mr. Twitty?
It's a good plan, Your Honor. Thank you.
Right, and I'm looking at my other notes, and I'm not gonna freak out, but I gave him some dates to get some stuff paid. I did. But they haven't come yet. They haven't come yet. You remember I went through that list and gave you some dates, Mr. Twitty? It's been a long time. I just looked back at my notes. But now I'm just gonna put everything, get it paid by October 3rd, okay? Before October 3rd. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, what else?
Just that, Mr. Twitty, that company might just pay the reinstatement fee on all your tickets. That might, be the way to go. I'm not sure. But other than that, Your Honor, Mr. Twitty, he's been taking care of business. It's a big, Mr. Twitty, it's a big compliment when other people in our program say, hey, we see Mr. Twitty screening, we see Mr. Twitty doing other things, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. So we're going to continue doing what we are supposed to do. So that's a big compliment. The flip side of that, I need you to know that there's people watching you, Mr. Twitty. So you need to keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Other than that, we communicate a lot. Don't hesitate to call me with the questions. Keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate that. And you know, if the we thank the judge for letting you come on later today. And if it pleases the court, we would like him to come back on July 7th at 10:35 for a face-to-face.
All right, very good. That will be his return to court date. One last thing I do want to share with Mr. Twitty, Mr. Yancey, is that he started our program in March of 2021. I will lose jurisdiction of him in March of 2023. He wants the restricted license. Right now, he's not going to be eligible for me to recommend him for the restricted license until October, right? And then he has to get that license, and he has to be with me a minimum 3-4 months before he can finish the program. So what am I saying, Mr. Twitty? I don't want you to run out of time. I don't want you to run out of time. So because if you have to leave us, if I lose jurisdiction, then I'm not going to be able to recommend you for that restricted license, which means now you're going to go through the Secretary of State's process, and you're probably going to get denied for another year or two.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen. Let's get on track. This is where the rubber meets the road. Get those tickets paid. If you can get them paid before October, by all means, get it done so you can get in line to get that restricted license, so you can have your 4 months of monitoring with me, and then you'll be in position so that you'll be able to finish the program in a timely fashion, and you'll get your restricted license before I lose jurisdiction, okay?
Okay.
I'll try to keep him on pace.
All right. All right, Mr. Yancey, thank you. All right, Mr. Twitty, you are free to leave, sir. I'm so proud of you. You are doing a fantastic job. Keep up the great work. Wait a minute, Mr. Yancey, I want to know, what is he connected to as far as his therapeutic? Does he have I know he's finished his treatment with NCADD.
Just meetings at this time, Your Honor, just NA.
What meetings? NA?
NA, yes, I'm sorry, NA meetings.
Okay. All right. I want you to do that. Was that the recommendation for his continuum of care?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Twitty, are you attending those meetings?
Yes.
I don't like the way that looked.
I'm not.
That was like not really. I didn't expect the judge to ask me about that.
I don't go all the time, but I go. I mean, I feel like I don't. It's more of a. I don't know.
All right, Mr. Yancey, I need you to find out from his provider, what was the recommendation for the NA meet, or the AA meetings or NA meetings, and how often does he need to attend? And then I need him to attend based on the number that the therapeutic person says you need to attend. Okay, and you have to do it.
I thought it was over once. I was done with her.
No, treatment is never over, sir. That's why we losing people, because we think we do treatment and we done. We're never done.
This is my treatment.
What you almost made me.
Mr. Twitty, I'll get with you regarding some meetings, because I was going to refer you to Heat actually, but you were working kind of full time at that time. But there was meetings. I don't know if I think it was alternating NA and AA, but it was at least AA meetings. So I'll recoup that from the treatment information I have, and we'll get on that immediately, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Twitty, you heard that?
Yeah.
I know you don't sound excited about it.
No, I mean, I just thought, these sessions that we're having now are good meetings.
Sir, you got on late. If you sir, good sir.
We're gonna check.
Mr. Twitty.
All right.
Bye, Mr. Twitty.
All right.
Have a good one, sir. Keep
You
up the
too.
great work you're doing. I'm sorry, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, did you have anything to add as to Mr. Twitty before I kick him out of my courtroom?
No, he needs to go off the screen pretty soon, Your Honor. He don't even-
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Twitty, goodbye. Take care.
All right, thank you. You too.
All right, bye-bye. All right, very good. Ms. Brimage, are you still in the courtroom? Yes. All right, I'm ready for you. I did not see you come back in. I sure didn't.
You had me thinking that the other guy was mine and I ran upstairs to get his file.
Oh, no. I was calling your name for him. I'm sorry. No, the gentleman that's sitting out there, no. Oh, no, Al-Jabari. No, that was a formal hearing. You in good shape? All right, let's do it. I'm ready on Mr. Johnson, Damian Johnson. Ms. Brimage, you want to step to the other mic and then let's do, and yeah, Ms. Taylor. All right, let's do Mr. Johnson. I have case number 200-616-0201. Mr. Johnson, please state your full name for the record.
Damian Johnson.
All right, good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Brimage.
Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department.
All right, thank you, Ms. Brimage. Has Mr. Johnson had an opportunity to go in the breakout room with one of the attorneys?
No.
Did he need to?
Mr. Johnson, do you need to talk to my attorney? We have a long talk. I was in there with him.
Okay.
I think we'll be fine.
All right, let me have you report out then, Ms. Brimage. Go right ahead.
So, Your Honor, this is the first time I have to come in here with a report like this on Mr. Johnson. Last month, he was all set. You were gonna let him walk with the graduates, but not graduate. The issue of him being homeless came up. We had some issues with that. He said that he's staying with his brother. I didn't call and confirm that he's residing with his brother. I have his phone number and address. Mr. Johnson missed 3 screens. He missed May 21st, May 27th, and June 4th. I spoke with Ms. Griffin today to see how he was doing in treatment, and she said she hadn't seen him since the graduation. So that was May 19th.
Okay.
So when I spoke to Mr. Johnson today, he said that he was under the impression that he was done.
Now, Mr. Johnson, that's what you're not gonna play, is that card
So I
right
told
there.
him that answer wasn't gonna work with this. We already discussed that too, Your Honor. Because I told him he had several court dates after that. One was canceled because we found out that he did have somewhere to stay. So then we rescheduled him for the 7th. On the 7th, we changed it to the 14th. And then that's when I saw that he missed the 3 screens, and that's why he's here today.
All right, did you screen him today?
Yes, I did. He's on the tip.
Okay.
Except for, I didn't
Okay.
have him screened for the other.
Okay. All right, very good. Mr. Johnson, you knew you weren't finished. Nobody gave you a certificate of completion. Nobody gave you no round of applause and said you were finished. Now you know better, and that'll take you over to the Wayne County Jail. What you're not gonna do is play a card that insults my intelligence. Okay, so what's going on with you? Why are you missing your screen?
Well, that was the impression I was under because I was held off because I was home. Now, I thought that I did everything for the program. I completed all my classes. I did all my community service. I've done everything else, and I paid all my fines and fees. And I was thinking, that's what I said, when I talked to you, when I came into court, and I informed you that I was homeless, you said that he was gonna hold me over until I found a place to stay. And I went and talked to the Lake Ridge people, and I couldn't afford the place, but the next day I found a place to go. So as I was thinking is that, I was supposed to be getting released off the program because I was supposed to be graduating with class. That's why.
No, you were gonna walk with the class. You do not get a shortened probation because you had to go to another court because you wanted to smoke marijuana.
No, ma'am.
You don't get a shortened,
I apologize, Your Honor.
you don't
It's
get a
not-
shortened probation.
It's not, I want to smoke marijuana now. It's a part of my medication.
Okay, and that's fine. And I'm letting you smoke it. It's your medication, but you don't get your probation shortened.
Oh, that's not what, I've been on probation since November of last year. So-
And you were supposed to be on probation for 12 months.
March of last year, I was been on probation since March of last year.
Mr. Johnson, let me tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not going back and forth with you because until I say you are completed, let's all celebrate Mr. Johnson. He has successfully completed his program. You've been here long enough to know that you have not completed, sir. Bottom line, have you ever seen anybody else just complete and I don't say, thank you, you're done. We're gonna give you some paperwork. I'm closing you out. Sir, you never heard those words come out of my mouth. So the fact that you are not showing up to testing and you're not showing up with Ms. Griffith, you just prolonged your time here. You just made your time longer. You've got to test until you have completed. And you've got to see Ms. Griffith until you are released. Bottom line, Ms. Brimage.
So Your Honor, he did say that since he's paying his brother weekly to stay with him and child support is taking 51% of his income.
Child support does not take 51% of your income. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, there's a statutory limitation for child support. Isn't it 25%?
Something like that, Judge. I don't know the exact amount, but it is.
I'm not. Go ahead, Ms.
So he's not in specialty court with him being on regular probation. Is there any way for him to get a reduced rate, or can I request it?
You can request it, but the other thing is our lab is open.
Okay.
So he could come here and test. You could come here and test.
I never knew that.
Okay, well, we just opened back up. You know, we've been in a pandemic. And so we just opened back up. And so you can come here and test. However, you have to get here before, no later than, no, wait a minute. It's between 8:30 and 3:30 that you need to get here.
And that's what I was gonna say. He's gonna say his job, so.
Then he's got to figure it out, Ms. Brimage.
Okay.
Grown man. I call that grown man syndrome. Okay, so you're gonna have to you have to do your test. Come on, Mr. Johnson, you're too close to the finish line.
I know, if I take a day off, I make $120.
But can't you go in the evening?
Yes, I can go in the evening.
Yeah.
I've been going in the evening. That's been
Grown man syndrome. Grown men work things out. So if you can't test in the morning because you're working, you test in the evening.
That's what we're doing.
Well, no, you haven't been because you didn't go to your testing on May 21st, 27th, and June 4th.
Apologies, I was under the wrong impression.
Yeah.
I really was.
Okay. All right, Mr. Johnson, let's get back on track.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's the deal with Ms. Griffin? What was Ms. Griffin
I
saying?
informed her that he will be coming back, and she said, thanks for letting me know.
Okay.
I told her he had to see you today and be expecting him to come back.
All right. And so today, before he leaves, can you connect him to get his appointment with Ms. Griffin?
I can.
All right. Very good. What'd you say?
I usually just talk to her over the phone, so it's not a problem. I can call her.
Yep, I still want Ms. Brimage because Mr. Johnson, I want you to you've been on track. Come on, good sir.
I'm really trying. I have a job interview tomorrow, trying to get another job so I can be able to. I'm telling you, they do take 51% of my check. I only get paid $160 every 2 weeks. I mean, every week. So it's hard for me to get back and forth to work, eat, pay my rent. I have to pay where I stay at $100 a week.
Now, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, some stuff I want to say that I can't say. Oh, but I'm telling you, GMS, grown man syndrome. You created those kids. You're responsible for them. You've got to go and you've got to work. You can't talk with me. You've got to work. That's what grown men do. You've got to pay your bills. That's what grown men do. You've got to get to work and get gas and food and eat. That's what grown men do. And so, sir, you got to work it out. You got to work it out. Listen, I hope you get the job tomorrow. I hope that the interview you're going on, you said it's more money. I hope it's something that you're going to enjoy doing. And I hope that you get the job. Okay? But you got to work it out because you got to finish strong on this. Okay? All right.
So that's another issue. If he works 2 jobs, I don't want him to say, so I gave him a job lead for somewhere else. It's kind of far, but like you said, grown man syndrome is more money and they get plenty of overtime. Because I don't want him to try to juggle 2 jobs and then start slipping on screens and treatment. So.
Well, it sounds like if Ms. Griffin is doing telehealth with him, that should work out, right? All right. And then the only other thing he'd have to do is make sure that he's good on his screen. Okay? All right, come on, Mr. Johnson. Now, you know, we done worked with you and worked with you. You come too far to not finish strong.
Almost here. I thought I was. That's why
I don't know how you thought. I don't know how you thought. I don't know. I don't know how you thought that. You're the only person in the world that thought that. I just want you to know that. There's a whole world out there. And they asked how many people raised your hand that thought Mr. Johnson was done with the program. You're the only one raising your hand, sir. Nobody else in the world is raising their hand. Look around the room. Nobody else raising their hand. You don't want to put your hand up. All right, so let's get back on track and let's get it done, okay? Ms. Brimage, when did he start? So when he came to me, I'm not going back to his old probation time. When he came
So
to,
not when he came to Veterans Court, because he was in Veterans Court first.
that's where I want to start. That's where I want to start. When he came to Veterans Court.
So the Veterans Treatment Court contract says July 27th.
All right, July 27th.
He got transferred to me October 26th.
Right, so he came, we going with the July 27th date. So what does that give us? About 30, 45 days for him to work this program, right? There you go. Let's do it. Until you hear me say, let's give a round of applause to Mr. Johnson for successful completion of probation and thank him for being a veteran, sir. You are not finished. All right, everybody heard me say it, Mr. Johnson.
I heard it. Yes.
All right, listen, July 27th. That's that'll be our target date.
So do we need to have him here on July 5th so we can make sure he's in compliance?
Yes,
Via
ma'am.
Zoom. It could be via Zoom as long
I
as.
will be here.
All right, so listen, the only way that date gets extended is if you don't you miss your screens, if you don't get into your back on your telehealth with Miss Griffin, that's the only way that date will be extended. So listen, I'm putting the ball right in your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
It's your game. All right. Miss Bremer said, don't dribble, shoot. Take the shot. Come on. I'm not gonna miss my shot. Don't make me start doing my song from Hamilton that me and my grandson dance to. Come on, I'm not throwing away my shot. Don't throw away your shot, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's have him come back. You said the 5th?
Yes.
All right, your return to court date is going to be July 5th, 2022. We'll put you on for 10 o'clock a.m. Listen, Mr. Johnson, now you know it's a holiday. You know how I feel about them holidays. You were in here when I gave my speech. Yes, ma'am.
That's what I was gonna ask, is this a special screen you want them to do for the holiday?
He's testing how
Once a
often?
week?
He's testing once a week?
Yes.
All right, let's get him to test on, let's have him test on the holiday. Is that Monday?
Yes.
You'll give him a call for his data screen,
Okay.
because it's gonna be random.
So
And you
make
better
sure you
ask
do
him.
your other screens, but it's gonna be the additional screen.
All right,
Once a week, every week.
all right, let's do it. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Before you leave, listen to this part, because I don't want him to get the applauses mixed up. Before you leave, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Johnson for his service in the armed forces, therefore his service to each one of us. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Appreciate you, sir. All right, thank you, sir. All right, thank you, Ms. Brimage. I appreciate you. Mr. Johnson, I think Ms. Brimage is getting your attention. All right, Ms. Taylor, is she still here? See, they short people and they be disappearing. Oh, there she is. All right. Let's do it. I'm ready on Mr. Cook. All right, good morning, Mr. Cook. Uh-oh, you are on mute. Unmute for me. Let me see if I can ask him. There he is. All right, Mr. Cook, you there?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Let me place your case number on the record. I have case number U602-26321. Mr. Cook, state your full name for the record, please. State your full name for me.
KLCH. Sean Patrick
All
Cook.
right. All right, thank you. How are you this morning, Mr. Cook?
I'm very well. How are you?
I am doing well. How are things going at Lake Ridge?
Better than I thought. took a minute to get used to it, but
Wonderful.
it's going well.
Very
Can you hear
good.
me
Are you
okay?
taking advantage? I'm sorry?
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Is that on my end?
It must be. Can everybody else hear me?
Yes. Must be on your end, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. What about now?
Can you hear us is the question.
Yes, I can hear
us
you guys. It's
better?
fine.
Okay,
Yes.
can you hear me now, Mr. Cook?
Yes, I can.
Okay, wonderful. You said that Lake Ridge is better than what you expected, right?
Yes.
All right, so they're treating you well?
Yes, ma'am.
The accommodations are good?
Yep.
All right, are you working your programming there at Lake Ridge?
I sure am.
All right, what do you think about it so far?
I'm not really. I've only been here. This is what, 2.5 weeks now.
Okay.
Me and Mr. Williams have hit it off pretty good. He likes me a lot. He's cool.
All right.
He wants me to start a program over in Macomb County. But he pulled me aside. I believe it was yesterday or the day before.
Okay, all right, we'll get that information from Mr. Williams. And are you interested in working that program?
Sorry.
Are you interested in working the program that Mr. Williams has suggested?
Yes.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Cook, are you having any difficulties, any struggles right now that you need the court to help you with?
Not currently, no. As soon as I get back to my
Okay.
house, I can get everything reset back up, so I should be good. My SSI is off, so I got to get that worked out. Other than that, it's just that's all I can really think of at this point. I mean, I got doctor's appointments scheduled, so I can get back my medications when I get back home. I gotta go back down to Wayne County to get a release date for time I served, so I can show that to Social Security, so I can get that cut back on. And other than that, I think that's about it.
All right, so I want you to take things one step at a time, one day at a time, as we work to get you back home, okay? But right now, we're working on making sure we have you in the right programming so that you can get the help that you need, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. I want to hear from Ms. Taylor. Ms. Taylor, you don't see her on the screen because she is physically in the courtroom, okay?
Okay.
All right, Ms. Taylor.
As Mr. Cook stated, he is getting things set up through Lake Ridge by Mr. Williams. Appointments have been scheduled, so he should be on track for his transition with starting the services in Macomb County.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Cook, do you have any questions for the team?
No, I don't. Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So before any changes are implemented, I want to make sure we talk about it in staffing so the court can just be aware as to what they're doing. Okay, very good, very good. And so if my memory serves me correctly, you did inform me his home is in Macomb County, right, where his dad is?
Yes.
All right, I remember now. All right, very good. And so with that, Ms. Taylor, what do you have next for Mr. Cook?
He would return in 2 weeks on June 29th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Cook?
I heard June 25th. At what time again?
No, June 29th. At
29th.
8:35 a.m. Yes.
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you for getting on, Mr. Cook. You look so much better.
Thank
You
you.
do. I
Thank
even
you.
think I see his smiling eyes. I think I do. There, look at you. All right, Mr. Cook. I look forward to working with you, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
You too.
All right. Thank you. All right,
Yep.
Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I don't know if there's still a case manager on, but could somebody call over and see if we could get, Mr. Griffin is still on. Mr. Griffin, I need to call the 10:35 a.m. docket so that I can get a return to court date for Mr. Muhammad. And that may be Mr. Yancey's case. And then I need to do, I forgot about the gentleman sitting in the courtroom. Did you pull Mr. Dotson's information?
Yes. He said,
He had more than one case though.
Mr. Dodson?
Yeah, I thought Mr. Dodson had more than one case. Run a summary for Mr. Dodson. Why is this with me?
Yeah, I don't know.
This he's already pled on. Yeah, this is with Judge Bryant. Mr. Dodson, you have a case with Judge Bryant?
The case that I got out of our system is, 200450999-02.
Yes. Is that the only case he has? So she was referring him to our program?
No, he's in the program. This was the other case manager, so he's in the program.
He's in which program?
In our specialty court program. He was admitted on April 6th.
He's not with you all.
Yes.
He was
with Mr. Curtis.
Okay, I've totally missed this. I thought Mr. Dodson was a regular traffic matter that was coming before me.
He is in our program. He's a phase 2 client. And it looks like, I didn't see him on the docket yesterday, but in GIS, he had 2 dates and one of them was yesterday. And from what I understand, he missed yesterday, so he walked in today.
Yes, because he came back on at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I need to, so I'm gonna have you move, are you able to present him?
Yeah, I pulled as much.
Okay, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Teamwork is gonna pay off. Y'all remember I said that. Teamwork is going to pay off. And I feel sorry for those that are not being team members. All right, Mr. Dodson, I thought you were a regular traffic matter. You know why? Because you showed up on my docket late and then you left and then you came back when you got ready. You can't do that. Okay. Were you having some issues yesterday?
I got home like kind of late at around like 3 a.m. and then I overslept my court appearance, which I know was at 10:35.
Okay. Why did you get home late at 3 o'clock a.m. if you can tell me?
It was like a transportation issue.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't want you to tell me nothing crazy. All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Dodson. Okay. So that's not a habit of yours. Thank you for coming down on today. I didn't register him for our specialty court. So let me place his case number on the record, Mr. Reed, Mr. Pikes. I don't think he needs to go in a breakout room with an attorney. So let's do it. I have case number 20045099902. Mr. Dodson, state your full name for me. All right, Mr. Dodson. You're in phase 2. Let me hear from, because I'm totally lost. I had my mind set on traffic. Go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Dodson was admitted into our program on April 6th. He has a 12-month court order. He recently was actually promoted to phase 2. He receives active services and he screens 2 times a week at ATS, which has been negative. And he actually has an appointment scheduled today with his provider. Meets with his therapist bi-weekly. So he's in compliance from what I see with his current court order. The only hiccup was just that he zoomed in late yesterday.
All right.
And he did go upstairs to the lab to complete a screen today. He was unable to go, so they told him to come back in an hour. And that's really up to you because he did complete a test yesterday. I just don't have the results. He completed a screen at ATS yesterday.
Okay, I'll release him, but just make sure we follow up with the results.
Okay.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Dodson, you work in your program?
Yes.
How do you feel about it so far?
It's awesome talking to my therapist. We discussed a lot.
Good. Are you open and honest with your therapist?
Oh, definitely.
That's the only way this is going to work. That's the only way it's gonna work, so thank you. Thank you. All right, good. Have you ever done therapy before in the past?
Well, I tried to, but it didn't work out so much.
But this time it's a good connection.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Wonderful. Is he with team? You are with Pop Off. All right, very good. All right, that is awesome. Okay, and so are you showing up to do everything else you're supposed to do? It sounds like it.
Yeah.
All right, any obstacles, any difficulties, any challenges with working the program?
Not so far.
All right. I'm so proud of you, young man, that you're working it. You haven't been with us a very long time, but you are definitely working it. And so I hate I had to drag you down here, but it's good to see you in person. Let me have you lower your mask just real quick. Let me see your face. I got that face now. All right, very good. All right, very good. What you said your therapy has been good. What else is going on with you?
That's about it. I'm just trying to find another employment right now. So I'm working one job. I'm trying to find another.
You trying to find another one?
Yeah.
You don't want to work two jobs, do you?
Yeah, then I do.
See, you know, now, Mr. Reed, I know that made me smile. Okay, but listen, I don't want you to start working two jobs and not be able to work your program because you are so worth this work that you're doing. We don't want to put nothing ahead of it, right? So make sure you get a job. If you're going to get another job, that is something that you can still take care of you first.
Right.
All right? Because you said therapy is working for you and you like it. All right, very good. You have any questions for the team today?
No questions.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes, he's not in any trouble. He just had to come in because he got on late yesterday.
Very good, Judge.
Good.
All right. Then Miss Taylor, are you going to be working with him in the interim for now?
I actually think he's gonna be assigned to someone else, but I did his stuff today.
All right, very good. Thank you so much, Ms. Taylor. I appreciate it. What is going to be next for Mr. Dotson?
He will return to court on July 6th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. via Zoom.
All right, very good. All right, you heard that, Mr. Dotson?
Yeah.
You got to get on at 8:35, all right? Listen, if you have been working and you're having some difficulty, reach out to the case manager and let them know. And maybe I can make some concessions and
I
get
can
you.
still give him my number for now, but I don't think he'll be on me, but as long, so he'll have somebody to.
Okay, all right. So you'll call Miss Taylor, let her know, and then I'll make some concessions and get you done and get you out of here, okay?
Okay.
All right, so that way you don't have to come down to the courthouse.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome, sir. You're such a nice person. It's good to meet you in person.
Okay.
You on screen, you was mean mugging yesterday.
Yes, was I?
Yeah, you were. And you have a beautiful smile. You were. I don't know if you were tired or what, but that's part of the reason I said, come on down here. Go get on here late and mean mug me. I'll show you. You come in person. All right. You in good shape. All right, Mr. Dotson. All right. All right. Take good care of yourself, okay? You are free to leave. All right. You're very welcome. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes, I have 10:30 that I need to do. Miss Drew, are we ready on the 10:30?
Yes.
Let's do it. I have Waleed Al Gamai, case number SP 126-99731.
Okay, he was adjourned for dismissal, Judge.
All right, that means he paid, so I'm going to dismiss the matter without prejudice. For Rubio Arriaga, case number SP 132-42622.
Okay, case also adjourned for dismissal.
Very good, I'm dismissing it without prejudice. And then for Wali Adesh, case number SP 132-82932.
Okay, also that same case is also scheduled for dismissal, adjourned for dismissal.
All right, very good. Then it is dismissed. I have one last case. If I can get a case manager on from the drug treatment court side. Let's get them on. I am going to call the case right now. I have Kareem Muhammad. He was scheduled for a face-to-face at 10:35. Case number Z8082901. Case number SP 1182247. Counts 1 and 2. Case number SP 1182248. Counts 1 and 2. I need a return to court date for Mr. Muhammad, and then that is going to end our docket on this morning. Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens. I hope that you all know that we have some things scheduled today for our specialty court, getting ready for our observation next week. And so I also know we have staffing. I don't know how we're gonna do it all, but we're gonna get it all done because it's only 11:16.
We're gonna do great, Judge.
We're gonna get, and I'm gonna tell you all, I left out of this building at 4 o'clock because I did not finish my cases yesterday until 3:50. And I was in that baseball game traffic and I was not happy about it. And I was sitting there, let me just think of one person name on the team and maybe I'll be all right. Couldn't think of one. And so I was not happy yesterday, stuck on Woodward in the baseball team traffic. It's okay. I'm gonna treat myself better. I am. All right. Do we have a date for Mr. Muhammad?
Miss Cleveland's getting ready to Zoom on right now. No, we don't have a date just yet. She's doesn't have one.
If they just give you a date, I'm good. I think this is Nancy's case.
Yeah.
I thought it was too.
Is that Miss Cleveland? Miss Cleveland? It's not gonna let me get like where I can breathe for 2 minutes before I go. What you mean?
There we go.
Ma'am. Miss, what is this? Marcus Reed. Did we know that?
I did because he wasn't.
All right, Miss Cleveland, when you're ready to give me that date, just shout out that date.
Okay, I'm looking, Mr. Yancey, I think it's the case manager, but I'm gonna look and see what his notes say.
Yes.
Oh, I put my glasses on. So, yeah, today was, let me see what phase he's in.
So Marcus Reed. What happened to Marcus Reed?
Your Honor, I'm not sure what date, what phase he's in, but today is the.
He's got to be in phase 2.
Okay, so then he should be, if he did appear, or if he did not appear, the 7th of July would be either a face-to-face or an in-person hearing if he's in phase.
It would have to be in person because today was face to face.
Oh, okay, so it would be, I'm sorry, a Zoom hearing. So I'm gonna put that down for Mr. Yancey.
All right, so
July
July 7th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. for Mr. Muhammad.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for being a team player. Being a team player is going to pay off. I'm just telling you all, it's going to pay off.
I believe it, and
off.
I'm here for it, Your Honor.
Yes, you are, and I appreciate your heart, and I appreciate you doing it. All right, very good. That is going to close out the docket for this morning. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I wish I could give you the time that we're doing the meeting for the observation next week, as well as staffing. I know staffing is traditionally scheduled for 1:30. I think they're gonna try to combine both together. I think that may be what's happening, but reach out to Mr. Morgan so that I'm not giving you all bad information, okay?
I think you're giving us good information, Judge. We have an email, or I have an email saying that staffing and this review hearing are going to be held about the same time. So,
okay, wonderful. Then that gives us an actual, yes, okay, very good. All right, wonderful. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Ms. Wilson. We don't need the court reporter for the rest of the day, so you all are in good shape. Thank you all. I'll see you in the morning.
thank you. Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Ms. Cleveland.
All right.
Have a good day.